discussion on matter, Manora speaks today as item number 36, where the Calcutta High Court directed the tribunal.
Wait for the turn, wait for this.
Can you take up this matter at any point of
We
time?
will see, we will see.
Yes.
Item 39 first, digital arrest matter.
Please, your lordships. I have got a brief note of lordships consideration.
Yes.
Just to give a status report on that, an update. May also hand over the complete status report.
Threshold of 10 crore may be on the higher side, Learned Attorney. Individual losses, I mean, the individual loss of 10 crore.
Yes. But then,
No, but then, you see, there are people, senior citizens, for them, any amount of running into few lakhs, particularly in a case like one of the retiree couple, where which prompted us to take suo moto. There the loss was 1 crore something.
that's right.
But so look at that, for them the entire life saving.
That's true. Nobody has any. The government is very keen. We should put all these schemes in an action mode as early as possible. But unless we complete this exercise, it will be like working in darkness. So I think it
SOP initiative we appreciate. That's
the SOP in fact is very exhaustive, and there are some Rajasthan High Court and Kerala High Court. Some judgments have come. We are trying to look into them. As much as they can add on to the SOP, we'll try to add on to them. But I don't.
You can apprise us if the high courts are also entertaining. We don't want any parallel proceeding to come.
That's true. That's right.
That we can transfer those.
So the SOP as of now, I think, is fairly comprehensive, and let it take shape by giving putting it in action mode. And therefore, your lordship to kindly, in terms of the status report, kindly turn to page number 9 of the status report,
Oh.
As of now, I think in view of the progress being made, this limited direction would suffice. I had a word with the learned amicus, and we value her input being given to the government, and she will continue to be associated with the deliberation. So page 9.
That's it.
This will go a long way in now trying to expedite the entire process of deliberations. There's also, I think, since I suppose the learned amicus would share her views with me, and we'll try to, I said, add quality by adding her inputs into that.
My lords, I have filed a written submission pursuant to the status report. I've tabulated, there are 2 status reports that were filed, one by MHA and the other by MEITI. The first one being of 13/1/2026 and the second of 29/1/2026. I have tabulated it and I have shown what are still pending and that which has been addressed at least at a preliminary stage. And I'll continue to I would say,
Taken you into confidence.
reached out and requested me to be
Yes,
part
to
of
be
the
the product
deliberation.
of.
very good.
some of
It
the-
would be my
Yeah, in fact.
That's very fair.
duty to contribute. I will be most happy. My lords, I would only want to put this first, and it's recorded in the meeting also, which I had attended. This is a consensus mediated process, and all the departments are coming on board keeping that in mind. There have been extensive discussions, they have been cooperating, but the only thing that I have requested, and that's what my note encapsulates, and that is that the action that needs to be taken pursuant to some of the lacunae having been pointed out, that still remains to be done, and some timeline may be fixed by which they will do that action. And that would also help us to then,
Timeline
for the departments to revert.
Reporting compliance, banks.
No, if you'll also see this 1-2 page note, we have broadly hinted at
Lateral
what
review
timelines are
pending.
possible.
The matter will remain pending. Today,
My lords,
today we are at the stage of formulation of policies, rules or regulations.
my lords.
Once that is done, then definitely, and those are made implemented, then we will have the status report with regard to that, what is the actual action taken at the.
Yes.
The government is very keen to expedite it as early as possible. There's no difficulty at all about it.
Say, on continuation of the previous orders, including the 16th December 2025, London Attorney General for India is the Sri R. Venkat Company, London Attorney General for India,
Let me note.
Yeah.
has placed on record a compilation containing status report on behalf of the Ministry of Home Affairs, Former Union of India, along with documents R1 to R5. Next, R1 is 2 copy of the second meeting of IDC held on IDC is interdepartmental. Interdepartmental committee held on 2nd February 2026. Semicolon. Annexure R2 is a copy of the detailed inputs in respect of the submission of DOT. Semicolon R3 is a copy of the detailed inputs and supporting material in respect of the submission of RBI. R4 is a copy of the input shared by Meet Y in form of status report. And R5 is a copy of the SOP for NCRP, best CFCR, FRMS, custody and the restoration of money and grievance redressal. It is pointed out that after forming an interdepartmental committee, don't say after, it is explained that an interdepartmental committee has been constituted. Most of Central Bureau of Investigation has identified the threshold of losses of rupees 10 crore or more for investigation of digital arrest cases. 2 such cases have been identified. 3 such cases have been identified in Gujarat and Delhi. And state governments have accordingly been asked to accord permission. Is to be direct the state of Gujarat and NCT of Delhi to accord the necessary permission within 1 week. Within 1 week. Next paragraph. It is pointed out that the banks are using their own AI/ML tools for fraud risk management. About 26 out of 53 banks are stated to have also adopted Mule Hunter AI. Most importantly, Reserve Bank of India and Indian Cybercrime Coordination Center, Ministry of Home Affairs are in the process of finalizing MOU for sharing suspect registry data to enrich mule account detection tools in bracket preventive and responsive as data for cyber criminals and mule accounts available. Bengal helps black fraudulent transactions, and to help in blocking fraudulent transactions. We will appreciate it. The draft MOU is finalized. How much, Learned Attorney, how much time it likely to take the MOU, this MOU?
It take about 3 or 4 weeks. 4 weeks time at least.
Is finalized within a 4 weeks or so.
4 weeks time.
Next paragraph. ये paragraph लिख के रहना. Similarly, RBI has drafted a standard operating procedure prescribing actions by banks for placing temporary debit holds on amounts, to prevent money mule activities and cyber-enabled fraud.
Next page. There are 2 SOPs if you lot will make.
Yes.
Yeah. One you lot should notice in page 1 and page 2. IJ, serial number J.
This is to be.
And that's what is referred to in page number 9.
So this D is to be implemented.
No, sir.
J has to be implemented.
The mule account money is kept.
The reference in page 9 is to serial number J.
There is no serial number J in this. Which one? Which one? This? There is no serial number J in this. This one?
CRP-CFRMS, custody and restoration of money and grievance redressal has also been approved on 2nd January 2026.
Yes, and at page 9 of the IA,
We
consequently, we
direct-
request the court to implement that.
consequently, we direct that both the SOPs.
It's essentially MHA's SOP.
MHA. MHA is only one.
On J, sir.
MHA is only this one.
No. MHA.
This will comprehensively address because some high courts have issued some direction, Rajasthan High Court. So this takes care of all that.
SOP.
We'll do it.
What I suggested to the,
SOP at serial number, MHA's SOP is only serial number J.
that's right.
So, we accordingly direct the Ministry of Home Affairs to formally adopt and implement the above stated SOP dated 2nd January 2026 and the same be issued across the country for adopting a uniform process to strengthen inter-agency coordination from ensure the timely restoration of defrauded funds wherever possible and amends
So by all the participants,
We don't know which high court. There's only one concern, because people go to high courts. High courts have been issuing some direction, they're also framing some guideline. Therefore, let this order be sent to all the
first, Mr. Attorney, we give directions to the participating entities, that
Correct.
is your police, banks and financial institutions, as well as the adjudicating authorities.
That's right.
Under the auspices of all the high courts, because they have to frame their rules. Some of the high courts have framed rules
Very right.
that without registration of first information report, also the attached money can be released.
Absolutely. But I thought, in case people go to any high court need not undertake the exercise all over again and frame guidelines.
for adopting by all the participating entities a uniform process to strengthen inter-agency coordination
Including the adjudication.
direction to the High Court or
High courts.
इसी में ऐड करते हैं next paragraph the High Courts. All the High Courts will ensure
That the adjudicating
authorities within their respective jurisdictions
ensure compliance of this.
comply with the above mentioned SOP.
Ensure compliance, because high court to ensure compliance.
Ensure compliance of the SOP. Then say, it was also pointed out by an Attorney General that
As far as those items in page 2, those future action, that will form part of ongoing deliberations.
that Department of Telecommunication has drafted the telecommunications in bracket user identification bracket close rules 2025 as well as the draft telecommunications in bracket radio equipment possession authorization bracket rules the comments from stakeholders stroke general public have been invited. These rules are being formulated to prevent one eye biometric E-KYC and the issuance of number of SIM cards in one box. Besides, to route international calls as local ones via voice over internet protocol, etc. So these rules can be notified immediately.
They are
Yeah.
asking for 2 weeks.
Or
2 weeks.
let these rules be notified within 2 weeks.
I think a little more time is to finalize.
Not
the
ask for
rules.
2 weeks.
I know, I told the committee,
All right,
I would like to probably look.
Only 3 weeks. 3 weeks. DOT has also implemented centralized international out roamer in bracket CIOR in October 2024 for addressing the issue of spoof international calls to prevent, which helps identifying calls made by genuine international roaming subscribers.
The spoofed international, which helps identifying.
I know.
Helps identify calls for genuine. Probably both. आ जाता ना,
Compliment
तो
होता है।
उसमें आता ना कि spam.
Spam.
वो उसका है. The Ministry of Electronic and Information Technology.
Only one copy given. No, I see. I think there was a small, the copy which I hand over, it was probably meant for my reading. It's gone to your lordship's hand. I think it makes a lot of sense that way.
But it is helpful.
All in the brackets are all meant to instruct me.
Oh, okay. Don't mention this preventive or anything. We will simply set the rules only. But it helps in issuing the time direction. The
Hotel setup करने के लिए।
G के बाद
Change.
G is already.
हाँ।
424 में हो चुका है.
हाँ, नहीं,
Can I hand over another copy?
I would like to get the one with the notes in.
ये same यहाँ पे. Next paragraph. Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is directed to develop and finalize a portal for reporting the complaints under section 43 of the Information Technology Act 2000. That will be done within how much time?
It will also require some time. That will require some time, your lordship. It will also require 4 weeks. Let it be around the same time, 4 weeks. And if you're able to expedite it, I'll come back and report.
Let the needful be done within 4 weeks.
Yes.
Let the needful be done within 4 weeks.
उसके बाद ठीक है, सब ठीक।
Rest is fine.
Rest
But the so far as the future course of action is concerned, it is pointed out that from I will direct the CBI to expedite a registration of the identified digital arrest cases for investigation. RBI is directed to examine the recommendations of the delayed transactions at the end of the issuer bank and take an appropriate policy decision in this regard. The Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology is directed to follow up with intermediaries for time-bound compliance, for which necessary meetings with the concerned agencies may be held. We don't mention any particular thing. Similarly, we direct the RBI, MHA and Department of Revenue to examine the possibility of to consider the desirability of suspending the suspicion transactions and debit fees under section 12 capital A capital A of the PMLA. Such a recourse, however, will be adopted by following the prescribed procedure in accordance with law. The above, the RBI, DOT, and Ministry of Electronics and so on so, along with Department of Legal Affairs and Ministry of Consumer Affairs, may also jointly hold a meeting to evolve some framework for victim compensation in digital arrest cases. So it will be appreciated if a pragmatic approach is adopted and a pragmatic and liberal approach is adopted in this regard. Let a fresh status report, next paragraph, let a fresh status report in respect to the above directions be furnished. Post the matter after 4 weeks on so and so date.
Lords, there are a few clarifications. Firstly, in the future actions, DOT is not being
Take this
covered. In the future actions,
Take the mic.
my apologies. Lords, in DOT, in the future action, DOT's pending actions have not been covered, my lords. Firstly, they were to create a dashboard which will include the ISP, TSPs as well as POS, so that the issuance of SIM cards cannot be subjected to fraudulent or additional issuance beyond the caps that DOT itself had mandated. That aspect is not covered in the note at all.
I think
Further,
there are two sets of rules. One rule is meant for this one.
no, not for the dashboard, my lords. The two sets of rules will be external facing. This has to be internal facing, because this will have to be a functionality that DOT, TSPs and POS will have to do together, which has nothing to do with the user framework. The two rules are pertaining to user framework.
Tell them to examine this
Yes,
aspect.
yes.
My lords, the second thing,
The status report refers to it at page 3 bottom. We'll examine that.
my lords, the next thing is DOT has the mechanism to impose penalties. That we have raised the suggestion that that should also then include compensation. Penalties has to be commensurate with the loss caused due to the negligence or willful misconduct of a TSP or a POS, and that has to accrue to the benefit of victims. That again is not addressed. The similar thing with respect to RBI, this honorable court has noted repeatedly the way the systemic rot or misapplication has happened. But RBI, whilst imposing penalties, imposes nominal penalties against banks which are violating its own circulars, which is not commensurate with the loss that accrues because of the violation. For instance, my lords, have recorded that Mule Hunter as AI tool has been implemented by 86 banks. Mule Hunter is developed by RBI. RBI's own circular mandates that banks have to evolve AI tools, which goes beyond Mule Hunters.
being done.
Yes.
Kindly turn to page 13 of the.
The mandate was not just to implement RBI's Mule Hunter, but to develop AI tools which will include velocity checks. And that is what I had submitted earlier also, my lords, that where a digital arrest victim transfers funds which are unnaturally high, even that can be detected using AI tools and can be paused, or it can be a trigger which will then ensure either pausing of the transactions at the issuer bank itself or at the receiving bank's end. That itself becomes a trigger. That has not been addressed.
Give a note to the Electoral.
Well, lords, this has
Kindly
been
turn to
raised
page,
at the committee meetings, and they will have to revert on that. But since my lords are saying that the status report will have to include this, this may also be added, my lords.
Just give a note that during.
Lords, kindly turn to page 10 of this status report, Annexure R1, action taken by RBI. At the bottom of that page, the following discussions were held and so, and cyber-enabled frauds. RBI informed that of 26 out of 53 major banks have adopted the Mule Hunter AI.
That is my submission. We are not just talking about detecting mule accounts.
1 minute.
It goes
And
beyond
that,
that.
and clarify that Mule Hunter AI is supplementary and not mandatory. The Honorable Supreme Court directed use of AI/ML tool generally and not any specific solution. Many banks have their own AI/ML tools for fraud risk management. The detection efficacy of Mule Hunter AI varies across banks from approximately 25% to 90%, and concerns are noted regarding high exposure bank. It was noted that RBI and 14 CM MHA, sorry, IFOC MHA are examining a draft MOU for sharing suspect registered data to enrich mule account detection tools. So I think it will go forward.
My lords, this is my submission, that all of this pertains to mule accounts,
Mr.
not to velocity
Attorney,
checks.
one thing is there are in situ circulars with regard to reporting compliances.
Yes.
That if RBI can strengthen the compliance of the reporting duties of the bank.
Certainly, therefore, the
With
IB,
regard to suspicious transactions and suspicious accounts.
And my lords, if the
Perhaps help
RBI
at an
ombuds,
early detection and thereby some remedial.
my lords, in every case of digital arrest, the submissions that have come point out that the RBI ombudsman has not really taken into account the kind of situation in which the scam has happened. They merely say you have voluntarily transferred, and that was the first submission that RBI made at the committee also. So the fact that the victim transfers voluntarily is part of the scam, but that cannot be held against them for compensation or for remedial action.
I would suggest
And
all
but-
these
my lord,
concerns. One.
The requirement of banks to develop AI tools and implement them goes beyond finding mule accounts. That is my submission, my lords. And that is RBI's own circular, which forms part of my first submission.
That
list.
matter may be better left up to the central bank.
My lords,
Maybe
and therefore,
best left to the central
Yes.
bank.
my lords,
to
my
develop
submission is that RBI should
Better tools.
implement
They
it,
are showing.
enforce penalties if there is a violation. Merely having a circular will not ensure implementation unless there is a penalty that.
We are in the process of consolidating it, so do you have a complete clarity on how it will really work? So of course, certainly RBI is going to look into it. And
See, there will be certain gray areas where probably with a view to whatever maybe, we will not say that it is their compulsion, but they will not like to pressurize the banks to adopt certain things. They may not like to
My
pressurize.
lord.
But that does not mean that we will also finally agree to that.
Hmm.
We will see that what is to be left for to be done by us.
My earnest request.
if only RBI detects that there is a complete, yes.
If RBI does not take any stern policy decision, even at this stage,
Yes.
when the public, the information in public domain, official or unofficial, suggests that definitely more than 25,000 crores rupees.
Yes,
of
I
this
know.
country has been siphoned. So one of the figures sent to me, it talks of 54,000 crores plus. 54,000 plus crore of hard-earned money of these victims has been siphoned, taken away. That's why I was telling before lunch in some other matter that it is not extortion.
I heard that.
Brazen loot.
I heard that, yes.
And this is absolutely robbery and dacoity. Now, if the banks, if it happens either because of the collusion of the bank officials or if it happens because of their negligence or their perceived action of not annoying the customer. So that means that a kind of a tacit appeasement of the customer. It is not. The banks also need to realize that a customer, if suppose there is an account of a corporate entity, every day the transaction of lakhs of crores is taking place. There is nothing like doubtful in that transaction. But a retiree who is only withdrawing rupees 10,000, 15,000 per month, and suddenly from his account 50 lakh, 70 lakh, 1 crore is being released. Why your AI operated, there's some app in the bank will not peep alarmingly that this
That's why
transaction
this
needs to be
note says-
rechecked.
I understand that. That's why this note says on average, but about 75% is successful. So where it has not been able to work for a variety of these reasons, I think RBI will address that question.
Because we hope that they don't invite a direction, and if the RBI can introduce some.
No, morning
It has to be
instructions.
a very robust mechanism. This definition of suspicious transaction is the central point for consideration by the banks, whether they are private financial institutions or public
They
sector.
have the circulars as to what is the suspicion.
Yes.
It's a huge network that has developed over a period of time.
Mr. Attorney,
So on the
this-
mule account that are
problem is the banks are more into a business mode, and naturally so, with ideas of profit earning. And in doing that, what they are becoming, either innocently or maybe connivingly, the platforms through which there is a very swift and seamless transmission of the stolen proceeds of crime. You see, your report says 52,969 crore to be misappropriated from April 2021 to November 25.
But if you not see the drop in now after
Is it more
the
than-
past 6 months,
This is more than the budget of several.
I'm
several
talking
states.
in terms of the ability of the various banks. I've seen the curves. So it varies from bank to bank. In some banks it is
No,
completely,
see-
it has dropped down considerably.
But
Yes.
Mr. Attorney, that is where the central
Exactly,
bank is the
exactly.
nerve center. It needs to give points to the banks which have better reporting compliance. We cannot predict policy, but it's
certainly.
for them to formulate
Certainly not.
safe policies.
In their over anxiety of making business, they must understand they are trustee of this money. The people have deposited it only because they have trust in them. And if that trust is defied or
I saw some information in the morning between private banks and PSU banks. Some private banks also have been failing regarding their commercial, concern. So
Sir,
it all depends on what instrument, or probably universal.
their annual reports show only profit leverage. They do not show compliance leverage.
Some PSU banks score a high
Being
on,
compliant is not shown.
what is happening is that these banks are, in due course of time, they are becoming a huge liability on the public at large. The courts have become their recovery agents. They lead into granting recklessly loan amount to these fraudsters
that's a story.
or the so-called.
That's a different story.
And then you have NCLT and a
Right.
battery of quasi judicial system only to recover money for them.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah.
They should be punished. They should be in
That's
fact put behind the bar if they are indulging in this kind of thing.
that's-
Their
that's-
managements.
That story will certainly take into account.
Now they don't care to even check these transactions. People are high and
No,
dry.
I'm sure with the RBI getting into the matter and then developing.
You see the professionalism or quality of banking which they are showing, then there is something inherently wrong with their way of functioning.
Look, and where the RBI itself has shown some of the banks to be negligent. The RBI ombudsman should necessarily then consider a victim's petition in light of that negligence on where should the liability lie. But that is not being done, my lords. Today, the victims are not too clear about where their remedies lie. Therefore, if there is a direction to the RBI ombudsman to entertain.
kindly turn-
Why, Madam RBI Ombudsman, whenever this suspicious transaction take place, you see, our is a country, we are so advanced in technology.
Yes.
First of all, you have to have only AI based. They don't require extra staff for it. What they require is only an app, which will detect that this is the trend of the transactions in a particular account. You are not closing that account. You are only stopping it, only for re-verification.
That's right. Kindly turn-
Immediately from the bank, a message should go to that here is alarming message. And simultaneously, most important thing is that message must go to the nearest cybercrime police station.
That's happening. All that SOP takes care of all of that. SOP takes care of each one of these minor details. Kindly turn to page 52 of the report.
Every suspicious transaction
Yes.
must be reported to the cybercrime police
This
station.
SOP will address all of them. That's why I said once the SOP is put in position, you'll see
Well, it
the,
will take up after 4 weeks.
I have
Meanwhile, you
just-
study all the
I'll
assessments.
also have a review. Look, there are two corrections. At H1H, the Ministry of Electronics, MeitY, has said that they are developing a portal for reporting complaints under 43. It's not clear why they want to invoke 43. Firstly, 43 is civil penalties. It will have to be 43 read with 66 IT Act. But that goes into hacking, virus attacks. It would just create confusion in the minds of victims. The request or the suggestion was for either a separate portal for digital arrest victims or for financial frauds with clear headings for digital arrest and various other forms of financial frauds, or in the main NCRP portal itself to have a separate vertical for financial frauds and for digital arrest. 43 seems a little bit of a miscalculation there or
This
misapplication.
is work, it is progress.
That goes into issues of hacking,
No,
virus attacks, distribution, denial of service attacks.
you see, that portal also, to my mind, once you create a portal, then they will shift onus to all the victims.
That's
That
right.
you have
But
not reported. them.
NSTAP is already there in that sense then. So why another portal which goes into all the other kinds of cyber crimes?
No,
What if we read with
let's
relate to others?
make some progress and find out where it doesn't work.
All I'm saying is this may be modified to say, let there be a separate.
Let us not do it today.
Either financial frauds or digital.
Give a set of suggestions to him.
My lords. And one final correction, my lords, at 2E, my lords had noted about the examination possibility of suspension under 12 AA PMLA. It may also add 106 BNSS, my lords, equivalent of 102, because PMLA may not be applicable.
It's covered in
to
the SOP.
cases.
Covered in
There
the.
in the SOP.
My lords.
It's there.
Check.
Since there is a direction from my lords on PMLA, that's
We have directed
The other
the
side
SOP
has
to be
also
adopted.
started coming before us. We are
have-
afraid of that.
that balance is what we are trying to.
We had Article 32 saying that this.
My lords, that balance is what we are hoping the SOP will bring in.
have
Since
consciously
PNSS is
mentioned.
being applied indiscriminately and freezing of accounts taking place throughout the country.
My lords. But in a way, 106 BNSS and 12 AA PMLA capture what the Scams Act of Singapore effectively provides for, my lords. So one issue that arose was, do we need an equivalent law of Scams Act? We don't need that. Existing provisions can be applied in similar vein.
That can be crossed later on. But
Yes.
the existing provisions be really given effect.
So let us see that what comes out and then what is left out, then we'll see. Examine that part also. We post this matter of, give a date on. Fix it on
And
Monday.
may I request for an NMD date, my lord, since the matter will be heard at
Maybe the
length.
turn may or may not come. That's why we are
My lord.
purposely keeping on Monday.
My
We
lord,
are not on Friday also.
my lords.
The things on Monday. On a Monday after 4 weeks. Immediately after 4 weeks, whichever the earliest Monday, fix it on that day.
May well have your lordships leave.
Don't file individual matters. You tell the learned Micahs or to the learned attorney general, we'll see what is to be done.
May your lordship leave also to make a request. Item 36. There's an IA regarding the CAT Bar Association. The Calcutta High Court has virtually said the functioning of the tribunal. Item 36.
Items?
And one's case.
There are two interlocutory applications there. One is IA number 42091. That is for implement in the main CAT Bar Association. Then IA number 42093, where we seek a stay of the High Court's direction. The High Court says the tribunal will not function. And then, in fact, in another matter from Kerala High Court, somebody filed a co-warrantor petition saying members that are appointed in terms of the Tribunal Reforms Act will not continue to function. So I probably give the lordship that writ petition number also. I think both these matters should be transferred here. The lordship should hear these matters.
No, we will hear that, but why benches are not constituted, Learned Attorney General?
All of that,
Today was the day the tribunals are not functioning.
yes.
Both said you will not function. Kindly see the interim order passed by the High Court. 4th of 29, they issued notice, and 4th,
So what is the order passed? Let us-
there's an order dated 4th of January, 4th of February.
Where is that order?
Can I hand over a copy of this?
Well, kindly come to page number 163 of my IA application. IA number 42095 of 2026. The High Court directed tribunal should not be functioning more.
36.
At page 2 of this order,
Just a minute.
paragraph
Why-
number 2.
Why the CAT bench is not holding
Page-
court in Port Blair?
Kindly turn to page 2 of this order.
The impugned order is page 160.
Paragraph 2 at page 2, therefore pending disposal, we direct circuit bench will not function.
Wait, the order, if you hand the clear the files.
We handed over a copy of the
Number
4th
four
February.
to, IA number 42095.
Kindly, 4th February order, page 2, para 2. The High Court proceeds on the footing merely because the tribal reforms had been struck down. Members appointed to various tribals will also cease to hold office.
Which paragraph?
Paragraph 2 at page 2. Pending disposal so and so will not function.
We direct the,
On the,
That cannot follow.
on the top, it is decided that the circuit bench is honest in the eyes of law. since
The High Court-
in terms of
The High Court proceeds on the premise
have been struck down by the Honorable Supreme Court, the time, energy and money spent in proceeding with the matter would stand wasted. Therefore, pending disposal of this issue in the present proceeding, we direct that the circuit bench of Central Administrative Court Blair will not function. Why the High Court?
no, this is absolutely, my lord, against
the High
the
Court may just explain.
Constitution Amendment of 323A and B of the Constitution of India. And our larger bench decision also there in terms of the L. Chandra Kumar judgment reported in 1997, 2 SCC page 261. The L. Chandra Kumar said all
So
the.
the effect of, if at all, the effect of the judgment of this court is
Yes,
that instead of 4 years, their tenure will be 5 years.
that's right.
Yes.
Therefore, the question.
Assuming.
You're right.
So that means that they will rather continue.
Continue, yes.
Discontinue.
Can you clarify this in a stay of this order?
Exactly,
madam?
that's the most pragmatic way of looking at it.
Say, having been brought to our notice,
Yes.
the matter by learned counsel for the petitioner, Bar Association, as well as by learned attorney general for India, we stay operation of the order dated February 4, 2026, passed by Division Bench of the High Court at Calcutta, in bracket circuit bench at Port Blair, in MAT/5/2026, area number 7, serial in order set. Consequently, we direct the chairman of the Central Administrative Tribunal
Yes.
to depute the circuit bench
Yes, madam.
at Port Blair
We're supposed to commence today because of the stay order.
forthwith to enable that circuit bench to hear the matters
Yes.
on day-to-day basis.
Would it be in order for us to transfer these petitions here so that I find, as I said, Kerala High Court is entertaining
Yes.
certain petitions. Therefore, we're going to have problems all over.
Since the matters reforms of different tribunals is pending consideration before this court, we deem it appropriate to transfer MAT
255 in Madras Bar Association, it says the appointments prior to 2021 will continue. Their appointments will not.
but who's the final formal appointment? In this regard, we have used para 155 of the
Madras Bar
recent
Association.
recent judgment of this court in so and so, so and so. So having regard thereto, we deem it appropriate to stay operation of the order dated 4th February 2026 passed by the so and so, वो जो पहले लिखा है. Next paragraph, we also deem it appropriate, since the matter the reforms in tribunals is pending consideration before this court. M80/5/2026 pending before the High Court at Calcutta.
Circuit bench at Port Blair,
This is before the circuit bench only,
which is pending before the circuit bench at Port Blair. Calcutta High Court, circuit bench at Port Blair.
before circuit bench at Port Blair. As also, which is the matter in Kerala.
There's a writ petition number
as well as Kerala.
46504 of 2025.
particular-
I'll give the list.
Are ordered to be transferred to this court. Transferred to this court.
But till such time, I also pray before your lordships.
We request the other high courts, we request all the high courts, not to entertain, petitions with respect to the constitution, continuation or composition of the tribunals, of the state, national state tribunals, to the extent the issues are pending consideration before. the
Brilliant.
state.
But I also pray one submission before your lordship, the High Court overlapping the jurisdiction of the tribunal
No, we have
entertaining.
state, sir, we have state the.
Grateful, Malad.
Don't want to.
But both I application may be allowed, Malad. Yes. I also find on.
Service matter that the High Court is justified in entertaining it. The only thing is that issues are pending before us, therefore we don't want any parallel.
Yes, yes, Malad.
It is not that the High Court is without jurisdiction.
Can you fix a specific date, Malad? Any date, lordship, can be fixed, Malad?
What is left, otherwise we have transferred the case better and we set aside the order dated, ye kar do.
That's,
We
that's,
set aside the order
Yeah.
dated 4th.
That's right.
Matter, and
Yes, yes.
so then list on so and so date, after transfer, after 8 weeks.
Grateful, Malad.
All right, thank you. Now,
Grateful, Malad.
yes, next item. Now, the pure matter, Mr. Diwan.
yes, grateful.
Person present before. So she's going to not make that submission back that's up your change.
We should can't hear, sir, just a minute, wait for the turn, please. Which item are you referring to? Which item number are you?
I'm in 40 I was in 40.2 where I'd handed over. the note.
My friend is talking about 40, Mr. Diwan is 40.2, I'm 40.1. I think Mr. Diwan was on his legs last time. I thought Mr. Diwan could start.
Just a moment. Before. That this is the sufferings, harassment on the ground of non-citizen. How can the election commission accepting such objections?
Your assistant, Mr. Diwan. You're with him.
Complete and Bengal. Someone objecting to that, my.
We have already pointed out last time, even without arguments, we have told them to rectify it.
500 people.
Wait for a minute. Then let us advert to the last order, what we passed, and let us see what is the compliance.
Because the last order is on 4th of February 26.
4th February, that's it.
Your Lordship was pleased to issue notice in certain writ petitions. And thereafter,
Para 5, I think, Mr. Diwan.
Yeah.
Para 5,
yes, para 4 and 5. Yes,
oh, para 5 is only for listing the other matter, then where the main order.
No,
there's the 3 petitions which are captioned where your Lordship was hearing us. Just above para 4. There were these directions, there were certain observations your lordships had also made. So if I may be permitted, just continue with that note. I'll bring your lordships up to date with the further developments that have occurred over the weekend. And we'll just make our short submissions.
That no application for judicial is being taken unless the applicant discusses on identity address. And the Crown cannot.
Sir, if all of you will start arguing together, then we'll not be able to hear. One by one, we will hear all the matters. Yes, Mr. Diwan.
Yes. Now, Manoj, may I just request the court to take up?
It just been consecutive. 14.6 is the repeat. An organization called Sanadani Sansin. Filed an IAM, including certain, praying for certain beliefs, which I think respectfully deserves your lordship's attention.
My
Let
lords,
Mr. Diwan go on.
my lords, this petition, I appear for the state.
Yes.
This is supposed to be a public interest petition.
correct.
This is an organization that takes care of temples. What interest they would have in overseeing an election is a moot point. But that's the first point. That's the first point. And
Persons who go to
and the
temples
second
also
point-
go to polling booths. to
Yes,
vote.
of course.
Yes.
Why
my lords, and the
aversion
second
for
point,
temple?
may I just say
Why
this?
this aversion for temple?
No, may I just also,
That's not a right.
may I also just say this, my lords? Your
But,
lordships,
sir, the
your lordships
election
last order.
Problem is that in none of the matters we are permitting petitioner side to argue. It is happening there with Mr. Diwan also, it's happening with Mr. Giri also. Let us hear one by one.
Yes,
We are,
that's
One thing, my lord.
I'm grateful.
we are not shortage of time, we will hear. Mr. Giri, what is your matter?
Item number 40 was our matter, my lord. Well, item number 40. There are certain problems which are happening every day, my lord. We are trying to draw your lordship's attention.
See, if you people will not maintain discipline, then you must know the nature of your chief justice. I will throw out all the matters, will adjourn the cases and will stop the hearing. If this is the way of you people.
Where will you go, my lord?
Interrupting, we are hearing counsel for the, we are starting the argument, somebody starting speaking like this. Is it the way to argue in court? Are you sitting in a grain market or you are in court number 1?
I just request the court master to hand over that note. We have given it last time as well. Justice Acharya, we have given extra copies also today.
Where is that note?
Yes, it was given last time, but we've given furnished an extra set as well. This was the note which was circulated on the 4th of February. I think I'll just mention 2-3 things and then rapidly try and just make my points. You may have a marked copy from the previous occasion. You may. But in any case, this one is a fresh. So, Manoj, may I just, your lordship has that cover sheet? Correct. So this, Manoj, I just want to apprise Justice Sanjaria on 2-3 points.
Yes.
We had, yeah.
My brother was not there.
Just very quickly, there's a, as your lordships know, there's a special intensive revision of the electoral rolls as far as West Bengal is concerned. This case essentially deals with that. There is a time that process will end on the 14th of February. So there is tremendous urgency, my lords, with respect to the specific directions which we seek. There are 4 or 5 heads under which we will be making our submissions and suggestions. On the last occasion, on 4th of February, there were certain observations which were made by the bench, and we therefore, pursuant to that, have handed over. I'll bring your lordships up to date on that. That's the general conspectus. There's just 2-3 figures I want to give your lordship. The first is, sorry. Yes, the first figure, which is actually not in my note, and which you may just note, is that the draft list, the draft electoral roll, which was published, has approximately 7.08 crore electors on it, the draft list. Please note that figure. The second figure is that out of these 6.75 crore, I'm sorry,
Approximately 7.
approximately 7.08 is the draft list which was published around the 16th, I think, of December 2025. Out of these 6.75 crores, approximately 6.75 crores are mapped. By mapped, what it means is that each of these electors was mentioned in the 2002 list, so they are mapped, or they were identifiable through some family member, etc., some relation in the 2002 list. So 6.75 are mapped. Now, we are really focusing on this particular 6.75, sorry, and just to indicate, 32 lakhs were therefore unmapped. 32 lakhs were unmapped. I am primarily focusing on the mapped, and my first submission, which we had made last time, was that 1.36 crore of the West Bengal electors were found through a process which was known as logical discrepancy. Your Lordship will recall that. So that was a computer program which they ran.
Where is that order where we dealt with briefly about this mapped, unmapped and logical discrepancy?
Yes, Your Lordships have dealt with it on the 19th January order.
19 January.
If Your Lordship has 26838 IA,
IA 26838.
which page was it?
IA 26838.
Which page was it?
Page 30. 40 points.
Your Lordship has it, page 38.
19 January, para 2 of the order.
Yes, may I just place it? It appears that approximately 1.4 crore individuals have been issued notices for the purpose of document verification. These notices are broadly categorized into 3 parts, mapped. That is the category of voters who are linked with the 2002 SIR. 2, unmapped, the category of voters who are not linked with the 2002 SIR. And 3, the third category involves logical discrepancy accounting for approximately 1.36 crore voters. Now, my lords, just a pausing here. These are all mapped. 1.36 crores are all mapped. The documents brought on record by the parties indicate that within the category of logical discrepancies include, inter alia, a mismatch of the father's name, a mismatch of the parent's age, a difference in the parent's age of more than 50 years, a difference in the grandparent's age of less than 40 years, and those having more than 6 progeny. With a view to enabling the persons who are, as of now, included in the category of logical discrepancies, we deem it appropriate to issue the following directions. The names of the persons figuring in the logical discrepancies may be displayed in the Gram Panchayat Bhavans, public places in every taluk, and a block office in every taluk subdivision, as well as in the ward offices. 2, persons likely to be affected are permitted to submit their documents and objections through their authorized representative. Such an authorized representative can even be a booth level agent. There shall be an authority letter in favor of such representative, whether signed or thumb marked, and documents and objections may be permitted to be submitted by the Panchayat Bhavans or block offices. The Election Commission of India shall issue instructions for providing an additional 10 days' time from the time of displaying the list in the Panchayat Bhavans and block offices to all persons who have not yet submitted their claims, documents or objections to do so within the extended period. The state government shall provide adequate manpower for Election Commission and the state elections for deployment of Panchayat Bhavans block offices to handle documents, objections, and hear persons likely to be affected. In this regard, we direct the district collector to meticulously follow the instructions issued by the Election Commission of India or state government for deploying adequate staff and forces to ensure smooth functioning. The Director General of Police, West Bengal, Superintendent of Police, Collector are instructed to ensure that there are no law and order problems at the location and that the entire activity proceeds smoothly. All affected persons may, in addition to being given an opportunity to submit documents, materials, or objections, also be heard at the time, either in person or through the authorized representative accompanying them for the purpose of making an appropriate decision, and the official will also receive the documents at the hearing, may also certify the receipt of the documents and the conduct of such a hearing. This para 10 is important. The Madhyamik class 10 admit card, which discloses date of birth of the candidate, may be submitted as part of the Madhyamik pass certificate during the hearing. Your Lordship.
Well, my brother will now.
Yes, now Your Lordship, I'm very obliged. Yes, absolutely right. So, my Lord, this was the background. Now, my Lords, I'll just go to my point by point. Now, if Your Lordship just takes up my note, please
Yes,
just go straight away,
Yes,
if Your Lordships would, to page 4 of the note.
Page 4.
Yes, Your Lordship has, sorry?
Yes. Submission
Yes.
para 7.
Yes, paragraph 7, right? So now this was the first set of points. A majority of the logical discrepancies, more than 50% of 70 lakh, are cases of minor name mismatches or spelling variations. For example, Roy and Ray, Ganguly and Ganguly, Datta and Datta. A sample set of discrepancies is enclosed at page 8. Now this, my lords, we had projected on the last occasion. Your Lordship may just go to page 8 of the note. Yeah, 50%, my lords.
So if you read your para 7A,
Yes, 7A.
conjunction with para 2 Roman 3,
Yes,
our order of 19 January,
yes,
that means out of approximate 1.36 crores,
yes.
70 lakh people are those where this mismatch or some.
On names.
typographical.
And these are mapped individuals. My lords,
So
please.
last time, if
Yes.
you recollect, last
Yes.
time we said that because
Yes,
because of the non-availability of sufficient manpower,
Yes,
the election commission was compelled to take up persons from the outside the state.
yes, special
that
officers,
might
yes,
show
yes,
something,
yes.
observer,
Micro observers,
whatever.
yes, yes,
But during the course of hearing last time,
yes. We
verbally.
indicated that we would.
Yes.
We have given them the particulars of 8,505 officers. We've arranged it, and I'll just hand over, so just give the note.
Because
Just
what
the
will
note.
happen is
Sorry.
that suppose a person from Delhi.
Yes.
Or Rajasthan or Punjab origin, suppose he goes there.
Yeah.
He will not be able to understand this mismatching.
Yes, so
issue.
that's one thing. And the second element is, of course, also, my lords, on respect of jurisdiction, which we'll come to. But if your lordship just takes up this supplementary note, which I've just handed, just to respond to the, yeah, just give this. This is exactly to answer your question. Give it to the other side. Give it to the other side. Page 6, my lords, page 6. Please go to, yeah, this is the email of 7th of February, which was on Saturday. In terms of the observations made by the Honorable Court during the hearing of the captioned matter on 4th of February 2026 and under instructions of the government of the state of West Bengal, please note that West Bengal is ready and willing to make available 8,505 number of Group B officers.
This mail is being sent on 7th February.
Yes, it was on the weekend, my lords. It was on the weekend, but we had to get the available officers. All the particulars are given. Because we have not burdened the record here with the individual names, but they have been supplied with the individual names.
Have you sent the list of these 8,000 something?
Yes, yes, yes.
Have you received this list?
Yes. No, my lord, your lordship will see the
Kindly see the next
district-wise.
page. In the same note, kindly see the next page.
Yes, the next page.
This is what they say the detail.
District-wise indicative list of number of Group B officers who can be made available, and we've particularized the names. The names are given and were sent.
I'm afraid, my lords, no names were given. This is all that we have received at 12:30 in the afternoon on Saturday.
See, because how, that is the whole problem.
Yes,
The officers with their full nomenclature, designation and particulars,
yes,
the names will have to be sent, then only they can take them temporarily on deputation, kind of.
Yes, yes,
That is
yes,
statutory deputation.
that will be furnished. my lord. We've given the particulars because we asked them kindly confirm the same at the earliest, whereupon the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared.
Only number is given, not the names.
No, my lords, the names are fully there, fully compiled. If your lordship sees the email at page 6 of this note,
Of which
kindly confirm the same at the earliest. So we furnished the district-wise particulars and we said that you please just confirm the, whereupon the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared. For further action, so they can be immediately deployed, my lords. The full, these are all made available. Yeah, you give it to them.
Never made available, my lords, they want it.
Sorry,
See, we don't want any dispute on facts.
Yeah.
Because then we will have to ask the chief secretary to file an affidavit that has he sent the names to the, because commission says.
no, my lords, I am told that we were awaiting the the names are compiled and they are ready, district-wise and designation-wise, as your lordship indicated.
Group B, all Group B.
They are all Group B.
Till 12.
Yeah, yeah.
The mail is being sent around 12 o'clock.
Yes,
The names are not.
the advocates to the advocates.
I for the government, the lordship wants the numbers which I can offer for this. Micro observers.
No, but
What the
Mr.
numbers?
Singhvi,
These are micro observers. Dr. Singhvi, these are not micro observers.
you know,
no,
the
no.
state government officers who are supposed to be sent.
Yes, so therefore, one is Group B officers.
And ideally, on 4th February, when a statement is made before us.
Yes.
On 4th itself or on 5th itself, they could be sent the names so that these are the
There's
officers.
some confusion. No.
Lords, we took a little time to compile the names. The state took a little time. By the time that then these advocates sent it across.
But even till today, the list has not been sent. Names
The
also.
list is available, my lord.
We
The
send
list
them
is-
from AR to AR to
It available.
confirm. Just note two things, Balus.
Mr. Diwan, there is a
Yes.
difference. If you will see the scheme,
Yes.
it's not the names available. It's the question the officer will have to go and report to the district electoral officer or the state election commission.
Lords, the request was that But it's the request was that you please confirm to us and we will immediately provide the particulars because the only.
We were not required their confirmation because this was the statement made before us during the course of hearing.
Yeah.
So you were only supposed to comply with what you said before us, sending the names of 8,000 plus whatever officers you want to send.
Yeah.
That here are the officers in terms of the observation.
All right, so we'll.
As
furnish that.
rightly mentioned in the
Yeah,
mail.
we'll immediately furnish the list, there's no problem.
Minutes. Number one, this is the entire list. I don't want to load this here for the court. This is the list. But
Singh, the list was not supposed to be sent through the court. It
no,
was-
Malas, it's not. It was Malas, that explanation I'll give. But just see the note of 2 pages for a minute. Malas, they are saying that they didn't know about it. Just give that note. Please give it for madam. Please give this note first. Madam, this note. I'll just take 2 minutes for this. Because impression is given that we were not ready with the names. My lord wants Malas Gazette Class B because Malas, the earlier
Has to
name.
be because unless you will give the details of the
Correct,
officer.
correct. Now just give me 2 minutes on this, Malas. Just come to para 5 of this note. I'll just take a few minutes on this note and then Malas, I'll tell lordships.
Yes.
Till 4th of February, I have given Malas, I have deployed rather, 80,681 BLO appointed by the ERs in terms of ECI notification, the rejoinder, etc. Forget it, I've given the actual pages, where BLOs would be appointed at the first instance among any Group C and above regular serving employees of the state government enrolled as an elector. 8,524 ARROs appointed by the ECI with a notification dated 29th, 26th, 18th, etc. Dates are given. Being
That's
employees of
that
the
every
state government.
state does it.
These AREs are majority from Group B, rest are from A and C. They are typically, this is important because what Lordship got earlier were craftsmen and teachers and well as painters. PDO, Deputy Secretary, BDMO, Inspector, ICDS, Revenue Inspector, BLRO. 294 EROs appointed being Group A employees of the state government. They are officers holding respective offices in terms of ECI notification, being officers who have completed 9 years of continuous service, equivalent to SDM, SDO, etc., rank. ECI has wrongly contended because West Bengal did not provide SDA rank officers, it was compelled to appoint 8,000 micro observers. When these MOs, these officials are of much lower rank, including art and craft, teachers, master craftsmen, customer, no idea of local culture, no idea of local management. ECI has raised objection to appointment of non-SDO, SDM levels as ERs. They are the letters of ECI. By letter dated 17th of October, I clarified to the ECI that officers of only the ECI notified designations have been provided, which are approved designations by ECI in previous elections, and no new designations not used earlier was considered for appointment of EROs. 294 represent all the 294 assembly constituencies.
Yes.
Then Malas, just turn the page. Certainly Malas, para 6, your lordship will just note, all these offered as so-called micro employees or micro observers are Malas, of very remarkable categories and from PSUs and central government employees having no connection with the local culture of West Bengal. None. I have highlighted 3 quaint ones, Malas, master craftsman, art and teacher, customer assistant, but even the others are Malas of PSUs. They are not local, they are only central government PSUs and central government departments.
So what is wrong with that even if the central PSU? Question is very simple. Micro observers are from outside. So whether they are PSU or the
I'll tell
central
you,
government employees.
then let me answer that. My lord is right. They are, look at the level, Malas. They are clerks, they are customer assistant, they are master craftsmen. Malas, the person has to do the job of a BLO. My lord will see what the one size fit all will not work here, Malas. These are not people who are in any manner versed. Look at my categories, Malas. The people I am giving, BDO, Deputy Secretary, BDMO, Inspector, that is the point being made. A, rank-wise very low. B, Malas, training-wise inappropriate. And then Malas, last 2 paras, 7 and 8, approximately 1 micro observer per arrow has been appointed. Such micro have been appointed from central PSUs and other organizations. They have no connect with Malas, West Bengal. They have not served there. They don't know how to handle it, Malas, straight away. If you put a clerk there, Malas, then in any event, the state, I was reading, then was para 8. In any event, I am now making, I am meaning the state government, Malas, available equivalent number of such further Group B officers across the state.
Yes.
Approximately, I have told it is 8,100, subject to correction. 8,500 or so, 500. Equivalent number. An indicative district-wise list, etc. Now, Malas, I understand that these were sent through advocates on record.
Your para 8, now in your today note prepared, you are saying that now you are making available them. So obviously, now this is being acknowledged also, that nobody has forwarded this list of 8,500.
Apparently, it was forwarded.
By now, the election-
Yes, very well. So
If
let-
had it been, say, sent on 5th of February itself, on 4th when we heard the matter, by now they would have taken a decision, we would have called upon them that you please tell us.
See para 9. Well, I can't, suddenly, Malas, my learned friends are also making arguments here in court only. The ECI never requested the state, never earlier, to make available further Group B officers. And the question of failure to do so cannot arise. Only the court at the honorable court at the last hearing made a suggestion. That's how Malas, it can only be between then and now.
Yes.
And Malas, they can perform the roles, Malas, the roles which are required, which I have itemized at page 4, etc. All I'm saying is, Malas, this is a correct way of doing it. They have never involved us. They have never asked us. They have never, Malas, I mean, I suppose I could send it so moto, Malas, but that would hardly have any meaning. Your Lordship did observe this orally last time, and we have promptly put it on record, Malas. That is as far as the numbers go. I have other things to say on other issue, but this is only on the micro observer's point.
Well, so your lordships may take it that now that list of 8,500 has been now handed over of individual officers because.
No, it has not been sent. Now probably up till now it was a proposal to send it, but now in any case you can send it. We can ask, examine the particular.
We've handed it over just now because we were waiting for their response. But Manoj, now.
nothing has been
Formulate this point.
I'm afraid nothing has been handed over to us when it comes to the names. When you're talking about 8,000 and odd names,
Taking time to reach you.
yes, I agree.
No, sorry.
They've just given it.
So ask one of your junior to see that whether the names, designation, place of posting, contact number, anything is given.
We will check them, Malas.
Because these were the basic thing required.
We've also given copies for the court.
This one, yeah, this one.
No, it's kept behind. That
Oh, I see. It's kept on the table behind the justice company.
purpose of notification is.
Going to contact them, Mr. Diwan. And or have they been instructed to report to the local district election officer?
As soon as they do it, we can immediately issue instructions. It has to be done because it can't be that people in this number are just excluded even though they are mapped because of some name discrepancy, because that's our essential point.
How many of them?
Certainly it be expedient. And that discussion.
He gave 8,000.
This one.
8,500. This is 8,500. 8,500.
This issue was never raised before the last time.
We'll take that one. Now I'm talking about the note.
So can these persons report to the concerned EROs by tomorrow?
Yes, yes, yes. Yes.
So, Mr.
If
Ravi,
required.
Minutes.
first of all, because of this, unfortunately, this is again incomplete kind of particulars. We do not know what does mean this SAG two, ACS, head clerk in which office?
This is competition, assistant competition.
Department is mentioned.
This is road division clerk.
All right, all right.
This is SAG's.
So the department is also mentioned.
Yes, sir. DPO is drawing and dispersing office. That is
So
the-
first of all, your EROs, the designation is ERO, no AERO.
No,
This will be.
they are
assistant.
micro observers.
They are
They will
micro.
report to whom? They
The
will report to the
authority-
ERO.
They have to
concerned?
report to
ERO
EROs and
concerned?
AEROs.
ARO coming.
AEROs.
ARO.
The irony here is that, Millers, before I could get into any other detail, EROs and AEROs are, as they have supplied Group C officers, etc., they are subordinate to these Group B officers who are supposed to be advisors. They can only micro observers. They have an advisory role, nothing else.
These AEROs
Yes,
are all state government officials.
yes, Millers,
They are state government officials.
yes.
And their designation is
Lower than, most of them, lower than these micro observers. I'll explain this, Millers.
Some of
Millers,
them-
we wanted,
lower than micro observer, lower than the officials list now being given.
yes, they're all Group B officers. May I just explain this to me, Millers, to lordships?
AEROs are either Group A or Group C officers.
We wanted all Group B officers, 300 of them.
Yes, sir.
They have given us only 80 of them.
Yes,
The remaining, they have given Group C an assortment.
how many? 80 are Group A officers.
Group B minutes. Group B officers, 80, not the remaining.
800,
No, they are about 300.
8,000 Group B officers.
Yes.
AERO are already appointed.
Millets, when we wanted,
AERO,
yes.
They are only going to assist.
I'll answer. Just millets, if they are quiet, I'll answer everything so that they could answer me, rather, whatever the issue that I've raised.
no, no,
Can
you
I
have one
solve-
AERO, you have
Yes.
one AERO in every constituency.
Yes, millets?
No, can I just solve this, fellas? These are all BRO, these are all Group B officers, this list, this big list. They will all report to EROs, all of whom are Group A.
No,
294 constituencies, 294 EROs, all are A. All of these are B.
The very unfortunate thing, Dr. Singh, they are refuting in your presence only that they are not Group A officers.
No.
millets, out of 300, out
They are
of
B, they will
300,
report to A.
out of
They are-
300,
No, no.
let me complete, millets.
Is there any officer of the state of West Bengal to whom we can catch hold? The
Yeah.
problem is that this, but somebody is irresponsible.
No, no, of course, fellas, he has to be here.
What is his designation? Please come bring him in front.
Of course he is.
Chief Secretary. So, Mr. Chief Secretary, you are here.
Former chief secretary. This is now the principal secretary to the chief minister. He was the former chief secretary.
Huh?
So he is.
All these 294 are Group A only.
I am
Only
afraid,
Group A.
This
All the
completely
294 are
incorrect.
Group A only. And all the 294 constituencies are Group A only at the ERO level.
The problem is that we are basically, when we are stuck, we are stuck. We will not proceed further. Now,
Will
this
answer.
gentleman has been chief secretary, now is advisor to the chief minister. So who knows better than him, after all holding the executive head of this, the state civil services. Now, can you, what's your good name, please?
Manoj Pant.
Mr. Pant,
Yes.
can you please tell us that 300 names which were required to be sent for the purpose of AERO? AERO.
ERO, millets.
ERO. How many of them are Group B? How many of them are Group A? Or how many of them are Group C employees?
Sir, all EROs, 294, they are all Group A officers, either of the rank, all are of the rank of SDO or SDM. They have completed 9 years or more service in the West Bengal civil services. And some of them are IAS officers as well, sir.
EROs, huh?
EROs.
Or AERO?
EROs, electoral registration officers.
Now,
294,
in every constituency, there is one ERO,
yes, sir. Every
right?
constituency,
And how many AEROs?
8,524 AEROs are there.
Approximately in one constituency of assembly constituency, how many AEROs are required or normally deployed?
3 to 4.
3 to 4.
Sir.
So, say approximately in your state, you require, how many assembly seats are there?
294, sir.
290. So
294.
let us take it 300.
Sir.
300 multiplied by 4,
300 multiplied by, sir, 3, around 3, sir. 900.
all at 3, then you require 900%. 900 AEROs. How many names you have given in the AEROs?
8,524, sir.
Now you are giving.
No, this is previously. These are AEROs, sir, who are already appointed, who are working under EROs.
What is their rank and designation
Many
approximately?
of the ranks of Group B officers, 65%, and yes, sir, and group, otherwise all are Group A and Group C officers.
All are group?
Group A and Group C.
No, 65% is.
65% are Group B,
How many are group C out of them?
only 10 to 12% would be, sir, right?
Only 10%.
Actually, sir, AEROs are there to assist the EROs. And the-
So ECI has notified the AERs.
And these AEROs are notified by Election Commission of India, sir. After notification only, they are appointed as AEROs.
Now, is it likely to be an anomalous situation in case out of these officers, those who are now sent to assist or advise,
Assist, Manoj.
assist, that some of them will be senior to than AEROs?
Not the EROs, sir. EROs are all Group A officers of West Bengal Civil Services Executive or IS officers.
They can report to the EROs.
They will report to the EROs
And they're only assisting, Manoj,
Come,
in the
to
process.
ensure that no names.
In any case,
may I answer that, Millets? What they're telling is that, Millets, they're all Group A officers, etc. We have written 5 letters to them saying EROs are quasi-judicial authorities. Please provide us either SDMs or SDOs who are revenue officials who have been experienced in passing orders after adjudication, etc. This is what we wanted. What they have done, Millets, they have given us 64 of them. The rest, they have only seen the pay parity. For example, engineers from all walks of service. They have given us saying these are Group 1 officers.
No, they are
But
not-
we wanted.
they are not servants or the revenue officers.
They have nothing to do with the whole thing. They don't have any process at all. Miller's objections raised and they have to pass a speaking order. That has to be challenged in an appellate forum. For that purpose, 5 letters were written. Please, these are the officers we wanted so that they could adjudicate and then the rest of the process could take place. They have said during elections, these people were deputed. During elections, they don't pass orders. In SIR, they need to pass orders.
Election duties are something different.
Entirely different. Now they say these are all approved categories in the context of elections, not SIR. We are specifically asked 5 times. This is the role they have to play and they have not given. Now, Millets,
And
yes.
let us now try to solve this where
Yes.
stalemate must go.
Yes.
Okay. One thing we would like to very clearly that whatever orders, clarifications, interim direction may require, we'll have to issue. But we will not allow to create any impediment in completion of SIR. It must be very clearly understood by all the states
That's
and the
correct.
state authority. Now, just to remove this stalemate, now that you have got another bumper draw of this 8,000 something officers, whom might be some of the officers are those who have dealt with in their services. Either they are say like sub-divisional officers, civil SDM as they call, or they might have held the position as DRO, revenue officers, or whatever designation nomenclature they have.
may I just add only one thing here, Millets? Let them provide the nature of work they have been discharging. In the list, a revised list they could give by evening, vis-a-vis all these 8,300 people, what is the functions they have been discharging? If they draw from various walks of life, we need to know what they are because my lords may can appreciate.
Like head clerk, upper division clerk, inspector.
Department, yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Land and Land Reforms Department. Mr.
Yes, Millets.
Naidu, please
Yes.
go to the second last column.
Yes.
The department is specified.
Yes,
You see L and LR.
Yes.
Land and Land Reforms Department.
this is the department, but the role that have been playing there, we don't know.
So you see the designation, law, LDC.
Yes,
That's the lower division clerk.
Low division clerk.
Lower- So they do office work.
My lord may kindly appreciate. Now we are coming to first Millets.
In any case, ERO and AERO, you have already notified.
Yes, yes.
Unless you find them, some of them not really up to the mark in the sense that they do not have the quasi judicial experience and they need to be replaced. And suppose you have some officers available here in this list,
Yes.
with whom you can replace, you can do that exercise. Number 1. Number 2,
May I just interject?
That's very appropriate,
Manoj, with your
Millets. That's what
permission.
our intention is.
Manoj,
Now
with
they
your
have
permission,
provided
may I just
8,000 Group
interject
B
here?
officers.
May I just interject?
EROs and
We are
AEROs
not
can have
seeking
from that pool.
replacement of EROs and AEROs, Manoj, that's been notified. We are only concerned with the micro observers who are being
Right, that's
substituted.
not correct.
So that's all this is.
I'll answer.
Them.
We are coming to that point.
Yes.
The second point will be that because this anomalous situation of senior or junior might arise.
Look, these will be only assisting or replacing the micro observers. Now, look at what the micro observers there.
May I answer
actually
that,
says.
my lords? My lords have very felicitously observed that from this pool, I can as well replace EROs and AEROs because I want SDMs and SDOs. They cannot have any objection. Once they have provided a pool, millets, I wanted competent officers. I can give one illustration. When somebody defies my order, when, yes, please, let me complete. I can answer.
That is nothing unfair in it.
Yes.
Mr. Diwan.
Yes.
Because once the officers will go, they are all on deputation with ECI.
Yes, yes.
Election Commission can decide that.
Look, but if they want to draw on this pool for replacing an AERO, I am not going to stand in the way. My respectful submission is that these micro observers, because the whole, what's our apprehension? I'm going to come to that. What is the purpose of this name mismatch? It's just to purge the
I'll come to
entire
that.
voters,
We'll come to that.
electors. That ought not to be allowed on a mass scale. That's our anxiety.
We'll come to that, millets, when we cross the bridge.
Yes.
We are coming to that part also.
Yes, millets.
So first you can do that. There
Yes.
is no difficulty. You can replace your AEROs whom you find that they do not.
And
have-
EROs also, who are not SDMs or SDOs.
Whom you find that they do not have enough experience of performing this kind of quasi judicial.
Precisely.
I'm not saying it's a quasi judicial, but kind of quasi judicial duty.
Exactly.
Because they have to apply their mind to the objections, pass a reasoned order.
Yes.
Right? That
Yes.
is one done.
That's one thing.
Now, second thing comes to this micro observer.
Yes.
Yes.
Micro observer is basically a team created by you for the purpose of assisting the ERO and AERO, right?
Yes.
Assistance for what is the nature of that?
I'll
assistance?
explain, millets.
Yeah.
Millets, these micro observers, they sit during the process of hearing and they notice all the objections given or documents given, everything, etc. Then from the ERO or AERO, whoever conducts the inquiry, they collect them, they scrutinize, and on the website, they say they are perfect, you may consider. If they are not perfect, please relook into that. This is the advisory role they play.
This is done, to take this final decision that these objections are say perfect, that the name, there is no mismatch, actually it is a correct name. This decision will have to be taken by the ERO or.
EROs,
ERO.
he has no role to play.
So they are only assisting them.
Exactly.
It is something that order we will have to pass them, but both
Now,
sides we are hearing.
let me submit, millets.
Right.
Now let me submit.
So,
Now I'll submit, millets. So once they all come to me, they needed, as we did with the earlier batch that's presently there, EROs, that's micro observers, they need at least 10 days training to be given. That's what we have done. They needed to be trained with regard to document perusal, the scrutiny and all these things. They have to do that one. Now, millets, the hearing was over. Out of 1.51 crores, barring 14 lakhs, the rest hearing has been completed. The present batch, they were present during the process and they are scrutinizing that one. Now, millets, if somebody has to be there, they can only supplement because they were the people who were present during the course of hearing. Now they are scrutinizing the documents. If I have,
even in those cases where the process of filing documents is complete, say 1 point something crore you are saying, the documents are yet to be scrutinized in those cases also.
but hearing, they had the advantage of being present and collecting them.
Fine. Okay,
Yes.
Fine, understandable. But the documents, final yes or no, with respect to acceptance or rejection of those documents is yet to be taken.
Yes, Minister. In the process, may I submit in the process?
In the process.
It may be done in a day or two.
Obviously, in the process. So if these officials, they, which are being now sent, if they join tomorrow morning to your
Yes.
official, let them also go through those documents and give their assistance to you.
May I submit, Minister? Yes, I'm coming.
enhance
It's not
the
just to
quality
that
of-
one. I'm just coming. Yes, Minister.
It will enhance the quality of the decision-making process.
Yes, Minister.
Because somebody,
Precisely.
decision is to be taken by the ERO and AERO.
Yes, Minister.
By taken by me and my brother.
Yes, Minister.
Arguments is your side.
Yes.
So instead of argument, it will not be an adversarial kind of adversary. Here somebody will say, I know Bengali, I know this reason, I know a little bit knowledge about this area. Here somebody, instead of DUTTA,
Yes.
somebody writes
Yes.
DATTO. Right? This is only something. Somebody may assist you and it might be a very convincing argument for you. You may accept
Actually, my lords, for my lord's kind consideration, will give illustrative cases where we have flagged it saying that one, there is logical discrepancy. It's not been divorced from any common sense. We have found that where it is irreconcilable, we have employed a software which can as well identify the spelling mistake, and it has ignored it. It has ignored it. Only when it comes, please, yes, let me complete. Yes, my lord.
Ground reality.
Yes, my lord.
What is happening is there definitely may be logical discrepancy, but also with the application of the software, there may be a much wider net to which notices are going.
Yes, my lord.
It's creating a bit of a.
Could I send my list? A
And
list,
that-
two lists we have prepared.
Yes.
As an example, we have prepared two lists. My lords could see where it's been flagged as to the discrepancy, where it has accepted, notwithstanding the minor variation.
Saying a difference of 50 years for grandparents
Yes, my lords.
would be a logical discrepancy.
My lords, what-
2020
yes,
being a reproductive age,
yes,
will 50 be a good window?
my lords, we kindly appreciate. All that we wanted is when it comes to mapping, whatever the details available in 2002, if you replicate them here, no questions asked.
We cannot restructure it. But
No.
program that you have put for the your software to work,
Yes, my
in
lords.
certain cases may have a policy challenge.
Yes, my lords.
You're saying that the
That's why,
difference
my
of
lords.
20 years between parents and a child is a question because in India it's all
I think with
cannot be an underage marriage. But these are not real ground realities.
My
right?
lords, actually, what we have done is that, my lords, each
Probably
elector
I
was
have
quiet.
has to be in this, the referring to this age or gap in age is maybe that you are trying to identify that actually, if they are actually found to be really grandson and grandfather, then you can't have any objection. The only thing that this is only one of the tool to identify whether actually they are grandfather and grandfather.
Actually, my lords,
Or
actually,
using this screen.
my lords, actually, it's only tip of the iceberg. I'll give an illustration. About 200, in two instances,
Why don't-
200 voters have traced their mapping to single parent. Is it possible?
We have gone
Yes, we have given the statistics.
ECI after.
Yes, my lords.
We have seen that there are persons with 50 grandchildren. Definitely you have a right to issue a notice.
We have, that's what we have done.
Person having 5 children, 6 children, you are issuing notice.
Millets, what has happened, millets? My lords, may I appreciate one thing. If 2002 mapping corresponds with this one, no questions asked.
Yes,
About
questions-
5.6.
Questions asked.
Millets,
Sir, questions asked, sir.
when 5.6 crores has passed the muster, we have got
Notices are for mapped people. 32
mapped
are
incorrectly, may I submit, millets, with great respect, mapped incorrectly.
traceable to
Had there
mapped
been,
people.
had there
And
been,
traceable to mapped people.
had there been syncing perfectly, no questions asked. Once it's been
That's
incongruous,
perfectly, there the tools that you have applied to the software appears to be very restrictive tools. They are eliminating natural differences.
yes, millets, could my lords have a look at the papers we have given as the examples of where it's not been
As
flagged, where it's been flagged?
Is indicated. Surnames are of various forms. Roy, Ray.
Millets,
These are
Let me put it
getting-
there. Let me
there
put
are-
it this
There
way.
is a common practice of Kumar being a middle name in Bengali households.
yes, millets,
So you have a Topon Kumar Rai,
yes, millets,
Topon Rai. Now the omission of Kumar in notice is being given.
yes, millets, may I submit, millets? The whole thing has arisen on one concept.
Judges उनको notice कर दिया।
This is,
जथा का नाम है शुभेंदु नारायण सिन्हा।
yes, notice.
2003, your name is Yaya. You sent to Glory. How the hell is it the same?
Because they translated it and they did a CSV.
So you're telling me the
translation.
actual Bengali is very something else?
Yeah.
So check and say, give examples, right, sir? Check these names. And
This K. Krishna, Bala Krishna, it's bad translation. And notice, it has to be that. Baki must be a duck name, not a pet name. Yeah, the reality is.
we have to give against his explanations for past events.
I just submit, millets. Kindly have a look at my notes. since an issue has been raised, Millets, kindly have a look at my notes. Page 39 of my notes.
May I just complete my brief submission?
Yes, yes, well, surely, we are only trying to find out that if we can,
Please note this also.
no, if you want to make submission based on that.
Millets, since they have said, making a mountain out of this molehill, Millets.
Well, so I think we
have
should be
been-
heard first
Yes,
on this.
Please, let me
because-
complete, then you can have your say.
Right now, on the continuity of what was argued on the previous date of hearing and what has emerged today.
Yes, Millets.
The last date of hearing was, they were since objecting to the micro observers brought from different.
Let them complete, Millets, I'll answer.
Yes.
No, we are not on that point. We are simply on the point which you are right now saying, that now these 8,500 something people are there sending. Let them report tomorrow. Let them also join the team of that assisting.
They need to be trained, Millets. Before that, the precondition is they need to be trained. Without training, they can't. They can't make head and tail of it because they're not experienced in that field. They have to be trained, Millets. By the time, the whole, my lords may appreciate, it's a time bound one. I need to just finish by the deadline. And then, Millets, if they have to be trained in the next 10 days, it's not that we're doing it for the first time for them. The previous batch too had 10 days.
Mr. Naidu,
Yes.
outsiders, officers who are not aware about the local conditions, you might require to train them, that they have to understand. Here it's not the question, you are not depending on them in the sense that you have to take a decision as per their advice. Decision your officers will take. You will simply say that this is the matriculation support certificate. Here it is saying that some, say, let us say P. Narayan Sinha, and the son is written only Prashant Sinha. Father is Pratyaksh, suppose Narayan Sinha, the son is only Prashant Sinha. So somebody can point out that yes, in the, as per the certificate, he happens to be the son of so-and-so. Maybe that the son does not write Narayan. That's all. Then you can think that whether, what is the decision to be taken.
Well, if I'm not contradicting, let me submit humbly that an untrained professor is less skilled than a trained clerk. Sometimes they have more knowledge because they're practically hands-on experience. Here, we'll take them, we'll see their profile, we'll see their suitability. We have this migration as my lordships have permitted when it comes to ERWs and AERWs.
So-
Remaining, if they are good enough, they can be trained within short time, and then we can employ to assist in the process. We're not excluding them, but we need to have the list. We'll scrutinize them, find the suitability, then we'll earmark which people we need to
Understand,
have.
but that
Because we have already had about 6,500 people. If they wanted to supplement, that I need to have. So that, let's let them provide the details. Now they have done that one.
List is coming to you today itself.
Yes, Millets.
Let them report tomorrow morning.
Yes, Millets.
Then you can have some, whatever bare scrutiny about their profile.
I need to,
Then
Millets.
you can immediately associate them. You see how worthy they are.
May I submit, Millets?
It is something, today we are
Yeah.
saying on judicial side that you require 3 years practice to become a judicial officer.
Yes, Millets.
There was a time when we said, no, you are not required. You come pass out law, you can. complete.
Experience proved otherwise. That's why my lords have reimposed that.
So these things will continue to vary. You see them for how, to what extent they are
Yes, ma'am.
useful to you. Simultaneously, you can start imparting training also. Training in the sense that you will sensitize them that this is how you have to scrutinize the document. That's what the training. You do that also.
Millets. Then next thing, we need to give them ID. We need to give them a portal access. All this logistics need takes place, Millets. My submission is that, Millets, let them report tomorrow. We'll scrutinize. Kindly have it either day after tomorrow or the next day.
We can
We'll
have
come back and we'll report the position. If they are suitable, we are drafting in only to assist. Let it be, Millets.
May I just
They
complete
can't
my-
just give it now and say that tomorrow they start functioning.
Okay,
So
Millets,
let
so-
it be. In 48 hours, we'll get back to your lordships, whatever feedback we could have about their suitability.
But I'll just state my points now because we are pressed for time. So I'll just state my points. My primary position is that as far as these so-called logical discrepancies insofar as name is concerned and name mismatch is concerned, the default position ought to be that these people cannot be excluded. There has to be, sorry,
Mr. Diwan, principally we are saying that
Yes.
if somebody only because he spells the name with a different words.
please add, Millets, please make a direction
No,
to that effect.
We cannot issue a direction because this will amount to preemptive direction to them to interfere in their functioning.
Millets, but I want to show you what they have said. I'll just take your lordships on that. Because these are on the 2002 list.
This is it.
Yes.
Notice is something different. Taking
Yes.
a decision is altogether different.
Sorry?
taking decision is altogether different.
No, I understand.
Notice
So,
has been issued based upon some AI app or
Absolutely.
whatever it is.
absolutely.
Now the person come, look here, how have you doubted my identity? I am same thing. How
Yes.
can you doubt my identity?
Yes,
Certainly
correct,
come.
correct, that, correct.
So let us see after these verification of these documents,
Yes,
how many these notices are dropped.
yes,
Suppose
okay.
only 5%, 2%, 1% are left as doubtful cases.
Well-
Your argument will also be in a different.
Limited.
Yes, you're right.
But if suppose in 80% cases, these
Yes.
rejections are turned down,
Yes.
the argument will be the same as you
All
are
right.
arguing today.
All right. So fair enough. So Manoj, then in which case, Manoj, first of all, I agree with the observation made. That's a sort of a logical manner forward. I have no quarrel with that. They can come back. The issue, I should, just a second. I should just mention one point because it may not dovetail with the timeline and the sequence which your lordship has indicated because we are trying to adhere to this. 14th of February, they are declaring the final list. 14th of February. Now with 10 days training, there's going to be no time to train these people. So the fait accompli which we are going to find is that on the 14th of February, there will be a final list. We won't know the exact points which your lordship said, whether it is 80% have been accepted or 90%, or there's been a wholesale rejection. There will be no question of pursuing an appellate remedy, because thereafter, as your lordship knows, that once there's a final electoral roll, there will be, and a notification follows, say, for the elections.
No,
That's
no.
the end of the day.
We visualized the situation and we passed we made some arrangement in Bihar case. It's not that first time we are dealing with it.
Yes.
This kind of scenario situation had arisen in Bihar also, and we had introduced some.
No, we don't want a mass exclusion, Manoj. I think that's the sentiment also, this court's concern. Now, Manoj, may I go to my second point? So, Manoj, as far as name and these other mismatches which your lordships have correct regarding number of progeny and the age, according to us, if so long as it's just a minor number, which they eventually, post-screening, come up with for deletion, it's one thing. But if it's going to be a mass exclusion and a purge, then it's it's an exercise where, Manoj, the computer is a bit of a tyrant, is my respectful submission. That on the basis of some program and on the basis of some bias, you exclude people. So, Manoj, that is my first set of submission.
Only speculative, Mr. Diwan.
Yes, but Manoj, my apprehension is, all right, fair enough, Manoj, I made my point. Now Manoj, go to my next point. So this is, Manoj, as far as the micro observers are concerned, I want to make just 2 points. The first is just take up, if your lordships would, Manoj, there is a rejoinder, just have a look at the rejoinder affidavit that I have filed. 2 documents I want to show you.
Which one?
Very.
Let's take it on.
Yeah. Your lordship will just take up my rejoinder on 2 pages.
In Dola,
339, 340.
in Dola cell.
Filed on 7th Feb.
I give copies here. Oh, your lord, so Manoj, maybe I can be quicker. Your lordship has the note which I handed over last time. Your lordship has that note, correct? So it's the same document in the rejoinder. Please go directly, if your lordships would, to page 19. 19
of today's note.
No, yesterday, last time's note, Manoj. We have now placed it on affidavit as well.
Yes, yes.
Your lordship has page 19. Yeah, appendix 4.
19.
Is appendix 4.
Yes. Your lordship has.
Handbook.
Now, this is the Observer's Handbook published by the Election Commission of India. Your lordship will find that on page 20 as well. Now, please see the role of micro observers. This is very important. Now, this is their own manual which I'm pointing to. Please see page 21, if I may just place it. Micro observers. The employees of the central government PSUs are appointed as micro observers. The micro observers are expected to observe the polling process on the day of poll. They are assigned duty in the polling station. They shall be part of the polling team and shall be seated in the polling station. They are to be present in the polling station before the mock poll starts. They shall report about the poll day in a given format. Report of micro observers. Micro observers are to be trained by the observers 2 days before the poll with the help of the RO and posted in the polling stations which are critical. Therefore, an arrangement is required wherein micro observers are stationed at a central. Yeah. So now, Manoj, this is their manual. Now, how if this is a micro observer on a polling day? I'm sorry.
This election, this manual.
Yes.
This observer's handbook.
Yes.
pertaining to the conducting the election,
Precise.
not for SIR.
Yes, but that's the point. There's no other role for a micro observer, my lords. There's no statutory basis. Now see.
Once the micro observers are appointed in an SIR process,
Yeah.
Mr. Diwan, that we will have to give this responsibility or this power to the ERO. what
Yes,
is that?
yes, absolutely. No problem. The ERO can certainly exercise this power, but not a micro observer. Now, why the apprehension?
Micro observer, you are right. Micro observer cannot take a decision.
You're right. I'm obliged. Now, my lord, just take up my IA 26838. Just take up IA 26383.
Those
Just a
who
minute.
take decisions
Yes,
who
IA
have been
268.
crying foul, saying that, "And please give us competent officers."
Just a second, but just
EROs
go to
and
page
AEROs,
106.
They have never provided. On a non-issue, they would like to make the whole attention. Ultimately, the orders are passed by EROs. And we wanted competent officers. Even in this
Now,
list,
look at- your
even in
lordship
this
has-
list of 8,300 millets, I don't think there is any SDM or SDO. Who
My lord, your lordships may
please
just go to
kindly
page
direct them.
106.
Please kindly direct them to provide these officers who ultimately pass the order.
How will you get
I'm
8,000
just
SDM?
completing my micro observer. I've
From-
just completed
from-
my point in answer to the Chief
From the
Justice's
government,
observation.
from the government rank and file only we want.
Yes, please
Not
just
from
go to page
outside.
106.
And they don't provide that one.
Will you just see page 106?
Yes.
And we'll give the statutory base also, millets, for micro observers.
You'll have to make 8,000 districts in Bengal if you want 8,000 SDMs.
Your lordship has, my lords, page 106. It's a screenshot
Yes, yes.
of 26838, your IA 26.
Well,
Justice Ancharia has-
left and
Now just go to the last, to go to the bottom screenshot, my lords. ECI net login for micro observers. Elector present for hearing, yes, no, and action. I agree with
Shams.
your lord.
There is
Sorry.
wrong document has been given here.
Petition,
This is the rejoinder.
petition, rejoinder.
Dolas and rejoinder.
Can you explain why, point out what is the document?
Oh, sorry, I.
I get 260.
The screenshot gives, I mean, it suggests that the micro observer has been given authority here to agree with the decision of the ERO. Just please see this. How can you have a application like this?
Millets,
Well,
that's
just
been
look at this.
changed, that's been informed. They're just flagging on that one. That was long back changed. Now they have got to
This is
only click
gross.
one button. We have provided that one too. An argument of
Yes.
without any substance.
Yeah, this is their own application over here.
We have changed it.
Changed it.
So if, so let us see, I think, anyway, we can, sure.
Show me that.
Yes, please see the last screenshot. It's on page 106. And at the foot, there's a heading, ECI net login for micro observers. Elector present for the hearing, yes, no, action. I agree with the observation of the ERO or AERO. And I do not agree with the observation of the electoral, yes, of the electoral officer
No.
or the additional ERO.
And the ERO is a.
That, you see, Mr. Diwan, is something like some lawyer arguing that, all right, I endorse the view of the.
No, but when this is,
My lords,
when
to
this
cut
is
short-
given,
Millets, to
when
cut short
this
the whole
is given
controversy.
across
Cut
the,
short the whole controversy, millets. Kindly have a look at page 76.
That is the reason lakhs of cases have
Kindly have a look at page 76, millets.
been kept pending lakhs of cases.
Millets, would my lords have a look at page 76 of my note?
Manoj, let me
That
just
will answer.
complete now, Manoj, I'll just complete.
Page
So, Manoj,
76 of my note. Let me counter that. That's completely a false statement. Kindly have a look at page 76, millets, of my note.
What is the note?
Kindly 76.
Yeah.
Page 76 of my note, millets.
But why are we going to and fro like?
This is the role the micro observer plays, and we have given it. Kindly see, millets. He has to click either of them. Does it amount to any way he's vetoing or taking a decision? Just have a look at it, millets. 76.
Submit document needs to be reviewed.
Submitted documents need to be reviewed, go to the next elector.
Because you should.
He
put
could
3 days.
press either, but it doesn't bind the ERO. He has to take his own call. That's why we insisted that let there be a competent officer as an ERO.
But this is creating an extra election authority, Manoj.
When I have
Some
got
PS
plenary
So
power,
anyway, I have now
need to
completed
have
my
the
point.
staff
I now
as
go
a
to my next
desire.
point.
Millets.
Manoj, I go to my next point. Now, please just take up my rejoinder and just go to page 308, please. 308 of my rejoinder. It's a thick one, which we have placed. Now, this is a separate point. Your Lordships, I think, were looking at it.
Where is that rejoinder? Was it given earlier? Yes, we got it.
Yes,
Starts at 307.
yes.
Starts at 307.
The document itself, my lords,
Starts at 307.
begins at 307. Justice Bhatia.
That earlier.
Now, this is dated 22nd January.
No, this is with us 7th February.
Yes.
Yes, that's the one. Correct. If your lordship is pleased to go to page 307.
307.
Your lordship has it?
Annexure Y.
Annexure Y. Right? Now, this is what they published or issued on the 22nd of January after your 19th January order. Your lordship may just note that. Now, please go to page 310. 310. They have a list there of acceptable identity documents for self, father and mother. Your lordship has that at page 310. So this is the list which they publish. Now please go, if your lordships would, please go to page 312. Now see the directions they're saying. Common observations as to why cases are doubtful and liable to be rejected. Your lordship has that caption. So these are general instructions being issued. Observation. Only Aadhaar and so-called family register SECC enumeration data submitted to be rejected and decided thereupon. So the default position in their instructions is that even if you have a family register and Aadhaar, you have these two items, still the general direction is to be rejected. Now look at the next one. Aadhaar and admit card. Now your lordships had mentioned about the admit card specifically in your 19th January order. Aadhaar and admit card submitted. No other document which proves linkage to either parent's date of birth, place of birth, if born in between 1st July 87 and 2nd December 2004 or thereafter, doubtful and to be rejected. General instructions. Look at the next page, 313. Birth certificate, admit card, caste certificate or self-submitted by born after 1st July 1987. No other document which proves linkage to either parent or place of birth, doubtful and to be rejected. And look at 6. Birth certificate, SIR extract of either parent, but name doesn't match of either parent. Name mismatch. No other document to be rejected. And ERO, AERO, BLO be under scrutiny. So wholesale, even if a person has 2 documents, leave alone 1. Their list, as your lordship sees at page 310, is 1 document. 1 document. They are wholesale issuing general instructions, my lords. So you're going, this is the idea is not to include, the idea appears to be to mass exclude.
Mr. Diwan.
I'll answer all these things, my lords. I'll answer, my lords.
Yeah.
We are not done yet, my lords.
Yes, yes.
I also want to make
Complete it.
submission.
Yeah.
This
Let it
interruption
be
goes on.
completed.
Some people maintain discipline, the others go on interrupting.
You know.
My lords, this preaching should stop
Yeah.
from my friend.
Now, my lords, I'll
So
just
I model half
complete.
Then don't interrupt.
Now, this
I
was
model
circulated,
half
I'll
takes
complete.
nowhere done.
This was
And everybody
circulated,
knows that.
this was circulated under a WhatsApp message, this entire PowerPoint at page 326 on 23rd January 2026, after your lordship's order of 17th January. And the reason I mention this is that in their reply affidavit, they make an evasive denial saying you haven't produced any document in support of your claim. So we had to annex this particular document. Now, my lords, your lordships may just pick up my note, my lords, the note which we had submitted on the 4th of February. Just take that note for a moment. Which one, which way? And please go directly to page 22. Yeah.
Last word.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
word.
Now, this is suggestive of the extra legal role being given to these micro observers. Look at page 22 from their dashboard. Your lordship has appendix 5 written on top. Well, just my previous note, which your lordship was following.
Page 22.
22, appendix 5.
Appendix 4.
Your lordship has it? It's a
Yes,
table.
yes.
It looks like this.
There are so many documents we
But I had handed in a note on the last occasion and then we replaced it.
Yes, you can refer to now.
Your lordships on page 22 have appendix 5.
Yes.
Yes. Now please see their dashboard. Notice delivered by BLO. Yes. ERO, AERO action found okay. Role observers observation pending for observation and micro observers observation pending for observation. So our serious apprehension is that even after the ERO and AERO has found it to be okay, you are giving the trump virtually to the, yes, to the last say, to the micro observer. So this doesn't seem to be a fair manner of proceeding.
See, the ERO and AER also, that
Have
must-
found okay.
that must, they are expected to wait for the observations of these two subordinate
That's it.
officials and then take a call.
That's it.
But where's the question of
pass it
taking, the
on.
question I say is, where's the question of taking a call? Where?
Taking a call in the sense that you have two opinions, assuming.
Yeah.
One says that these documents are genuine. The other says the document, no, this cannot be reliable.
Yes,
that's-
yes.
ERO is the final authority to take a decision.
Yes, absolutely. So, my lords, please, my lords, a direction to that effect that the ERO is the final decision to take a call on this.
Millets,
And
No,
my lords, that
nobody has
will
questioned.
give
Never has it been in
public confidence in
controversy.
the process, my lords.
it's ERO who is the final authority. And ultimately, he takes a decision.
Controversy about that.
It's a non-issue, Millets. Ultimately, he takes a decision. That's why we have written 5 letters. Please give us competent officers
That is
with
under
experience. They never provide. They themselves say that we have given Group C officers. Now they said this is the duty.
If all of you agree, we will pass a short order, short but little giving explain.
I have one submission, just one
I have
submission.
one submission, my lord. Kindly.
I,
My lord, I have one
I
submission.
waited for Mr. Devan to
My lord, I have
finish.
one submission.
Just
I didn't realize.
my, just 1 minute.
My lord, I have
My
one
submission is only this. In the spirit of what fell from your lordships, that these 8,000 names are being given, they will carry out the exercise, etc. In the spirit of that, since 14th February is coming as a deadline, that final list cannot be published. In my view, if the final list is published, then the entire thing is a fait accompli with the exclusions. So as far as the
lord, I have
1.36
some-
crore have been excluded, they will remain excluded and we won't have anything to say at that.
My lord, I have one submission. Just kindly allow me.
My lord, can I make a,
Point is this, my lord. This point is this, I am not restating their points. The point is this, my lord. Bundle of objections are being filed by some individual without disclosing their names, identity. Fair enough. But at the time of hearing, the objectors must remain present at the time of hearing. Otherwise, how do I know
We are
whether?
going to regulate their internal functioning, so.
No, internal, no,
Millets-
my lord,
can I,
Law says,
kindly see the-
To all of you in a 32.
my lord, kindly see the rules, kindly see the rules. My lord, can I read? the
Lord,
rules?
can I make a,
Item number 42, I
Lord,
register.
provision.
my lord, I am in a different writ petition, my lord, where I have a contrary point of view.
In item number 42, I raised a little issue, my lord, regarding Aadhaar card. My lord, I know that your lordship My judgment lord, is kindly, reserved. my lord, just I read I it. know your lordship judgment is Just reserved I in read the item rules. 42. Just I read the rule 20 of the, my lord, the registration of elected rules 1960. The register officer shall hold a summary inquiry into every claim or objection in respect of which notice has been given under Rule 19 and shall record his decision thereon. 2, at the hearing, the claimant or as the case may be the objector and the person objected to any other person, when the opinion of the register officer is likely to be unresistant to him, shall be entitled to appear. Therefore, an objector who is filing 1,000 objections without disclosing his names,
You are-
like an anonymous complaint.
I'll straight
I
away
must
answer.
know,
this.
when I have been asked to appear, who is that objector who has given the objection? Is it completely false objections but only for the purpose of, my lord, the harassing us? This is the, my lord, this thing is going.
I'll answer straight away, Millets.
My lord,
That's completely off the record.
Anonymous complaint.
It's never been an,
Lord, put your lordships,
In item number 42, I have very limited issues, my lord. Someone is
I don't get a chance, my lord, to make a submission. What do I do?
putting his address like this, 5/1 West Bengal. And he is asking to delete the name on the ground of no Indian citizen. Whether the election commission will have any authority to decide who is a
That,
citizen.
we are not commenting on that. We are.
My lord's a non-adversarial suggestion.
This is the way it's being done. It should not.
My lord, may I make a non-adversarial suggestion? May I make a non-adversarial suggestion? I'm 40.6.
Effectively, what has happened, my lord, the police has got 2 persons who was carrying in an ambassador nearly
Please don't make.
Nearly
this
1,500.
statement.
Item number 40.
Millards,
In item number 42, I have limited.
My lord, a non-adversarial suggestion. My lord, I'm in 40.6. My lord, the statute contemplates this. The SIR, the problem which is arising on both sides is there's a looming deadline and there's a problem. My lord, the Act itself provides 21.3 that you can carry out the SIR, and the proviso says that there's no time limit given. Proviso itself provides that if till then the existing electoral roll remains. I just leave it to my lord.
In item number 42, my lord.
We are 40.
Issue, my lord. Item 42, my, very limitation on Aadhaar card. But I know that your lawsuit, there is reserve, but what happened in Bengal, my lord, the Election Commission has included Aadhaar card as item of 2012. The ground rate is what, my lord, during the submission of the claims, the electoral officer cannot.
Mr. Dewan has already indicated that. Mr. Dewan has already.
Yes, Mr.
My lord,
Devi.
can I, my lord, the writ petition number 1216 of 2025. My lord, that was a writ petition filed by an association stating that the election commission must be more involved in the deployment of safety and for the safety of the officers, my lord, in the course of conduct of the SIR also. Now, my lord, the question of conduct of elections comes a bit later. Now, my lord, I have filed there is a detailed additional affidavit which has been filed by the election commission pointing out that they have taken steps, but it has not proved to be adequate and sufficient. And therefore, what they say is that they are in touch with the government officials, but they have not been able to get the adequate number of security forces deployed. Now, my lord, there is also an indication, my lord, in the affidavit that there has been large-scale, my lord, burning of Form 7 objections in several places. Now, what ultimately, my lord, it has come to, insofar as the election commission is concerned, is that, my lord, they have given illustrations of, my lord, wholesale exhortations by members belonging to one political party, my lord, stating that these objections will not be permitted. Now, my lord, at one point of time, they even go on to say that it will not be possible to consider the objections unless, my lord, the objections are placed on record, my lord, before the officer who's considering them. Now, my lords, therefore, we have filed an IA, my lord, in this, and we have these are the reliefs, my lord, which we have
We have already issued directions on 19th January.
No, my lord, the directions are what we have stated, my lord, in this.
No, directions are to the Director General of Police, to all the Superintendent of Police,
Correct.
to the Collector.
My lord, apart from
The
that,
Election Commission find that despite those directions, the
Yes.
light order
yes,
is not being well maintained.
yes, my lord, could your lordships, my lord, these are the,
It's your Election Commission not powerless.
no,
we have,
no,
we
my
have
lord,
filed a
that's-
detailed counter.
And the
Yes.
process is
and
over.
detailed affidavit,
Bringing
my lord,
to
what we have,
notice
just a moment,
the
Mr. Naik.
defiance and
My lord, these are,
Concerns.
This process is over, my
my
lord.
lord, I'll just complete this. My lord, this is what I have prayed for, my lord, in the IA. Let the election commission take note of it. Lordships may consider it. Let the state also say what they want to do. First direction would be have asked for is direct the election commission to extend the time for filing claims and objections by a period of 14 days because our objections have been burnt wholesale, my lord, in several places. It will go to, my lord, it will go to the advantage of those persons who have claims as well. But this time frame, my lord, if it is 14th of February, it proves to be completely inadequate. The second, my lord, we have also said, because this election commission is not getting sufficient cooperation from the local police, what we have said, let them respond to that. Direct the election commission to deploy central paramilitary forces and depute police officials from other states to the SIR centers to ensure their impartiality. Problem is, my lord, my learned friend has been
To
saying
my argument.
that the object.
It's just contrary to my argument.
That's what.
My learned friend's
Lord,
argument.
Lord, I am appearing for Union of India.
I have taken
One has a
context by
Therefore,
writ petition.
Therefore, one
Lord,
But
gentleman.
if my argument was the same as that of my
Concerns.
learned friend, I
Mr.
need have simply said that I adopt his argument.
At least both of you are on the same page that there is more time necessary for verification and preparation of the final.
Yes,
You also say,
Yes.
objectors.
the reasons are
they
different. my lord.
say For the purpose of.
Correct, my lord, correct. Therefore, my lord, whatever it is,
And my lord,
let
the
the Election
statute,
Commission
my
respond
lord,
to
the
this
statute does not
and say
contemplate a
that
time.
we are extending the time.
Statute itself does not contemplate.
Statute doesn't contemplate, but that is done by the
And your lord-
summary.
Yes, but
And
my
your
lord, the
lordship's
SIR,
order,
Timeline, nothing is
Milord,
finalized.
lordship's
Milord,
order
900
dated
voters.
91 covers his
I want-
concerns,
Doesn't
my
cover.
lord. It covers.
It's a different, it's a completely different thing.
Comprehensively.
No.
Right down.
State
State
has
government
filed
doesn't
a
want
One aspect,
State
Manoj, if
government
your
doesn't
lordship
want
permits.
anybody to
filed a
file,
response. my
get
lord.
another, some more time to file objections.
Lord, can I,
Filed a
mention
comprehensive
something?
response.
Where
Addressing
is
his
the choice is
concern.
that you want us to pass the order in court or we go inside and.
Lord, can I have 1 minute, Manoj? Lord, I appeal for Union of India.
So you can also join.
No, Manoj, I'll make only one or two statements, Manoj. I'm not long. In Mr. Giri's petition, Union of India is joined as a party. Lord, there is already one detailed affidavit filed by the Election Commission of India a week before, and one affidavit is filed yesterday. My lord, one constitutional body intimating the highest court of the country, your lordships may see the contents. My lord, it is really, really alarming. Your lordships may take cognizance of it and, my lord, pass some remedial directions.
That's what I want to
Milord,
take
we
your
have
lordship
filed-
to that
we have
affidavit,
filed counter.
additional affidavit filed by the.
Government
Please
ECI
go through that affidavit, my lord,
comprehensive
otherwise it would be.
Provided
Somebody
the
must-
video linkage to all the.
But I join,
Miscarriage of
I
justice,
agree with
my lord,
Mr.
it's-
Shankaran Narayanan. There must be some discipline in these matters.
In this petition, we should be made party. We are
Commission of India.
arguing here. We have not been made party.
Powerless. They should have, they can always ask for the, whatever central forces, paramilitary forces, state police, more state.
Milord,
My lord,
state
kindly
government's
see the
response is-
affidavits, my lord,
Milord,
it's not just
state
central
government's
forces.
response in their rejoinder
Why
is,
it's not just
police is
central.
my subject, state subject, you have no control.
Correct.
They refuse to register FIRs when I have requested.
That is.
And some officers, AEROs violated the directions. We have said that they should be replaced. They have not done that one. Certain
Your
good
lordships
officers,
are-
they
the
have
directions are,
transferred.
my lord,
We have
the
said,
violation.
don't transfer them.
Yes.
They said that you have no control. We have given every instance, every day, the leaders.
My lord, there is
whoever that-
wholesale,
Infinite
wholesale
future.
burning of
You would
Form
be
7
killed.
objections.
You would be killed.
The step.
Fallen
FIRs are not
Yes,
registered.
all the videos.
Document.
There is violence
FIRs
on the
that have been
street.
filed. They've
In
also-
SIR hearing, there is violence on the street.
And no safe.
What do we
police
do?
officer there.
Concern has been
Violence
addressed.
is instigated
In the
by
counter.
leaders.
Please
my
see,
lord,
we
that
filed
is
two counter
really
affidavits.
unfortunate.
Counter and an additional response.
Even
Def-
CEO is not spared. Milord.
Please take that.
That has
Please
been
take that up,
lodged.
my lord.
Lord, please go through
Yes,
that
Milord, we have
affidavit.
filed
my lord.
everything.
My lord, a
Along with the
message will
counter,
have to
May I
go.
we have filed all the complaints.
It's counter, my lords.
We have filed all the complaints.
My lords,
Lord,
may
a
I just-
message must go that
Government's
Constitution
counter.
of India applies to all states.
My lords, may I just take you to page
My
3?
lord,
Including
leaders of a political party exhorting
can't-
that objections
Lords,
may
we
be,
can't
objections may be
define
one,
over
you
Mr.
can't.
Giri.
Therefore, please let me complete it. Let me complete
Cannot
my
enter
submissions,
any
Ms.
seat,
Guruswamy.
President,
Leaders of political
constitutional
parties exhorting that objections be burnt. There is
My lords,
my lord, pervasive violence on the street.
We have provided-
Objections are not being heard. Quasi judicial function is not being discharged.
And
Lord, if there are claims, there are objections. My learned friend says there are 1,000 objections. Therefore, my lord, they want the objectors to be there. Let them be there.
crore.
But if
let
they are,
them be there.
if
Let
the
them be
objections
there.
are being, if the
Let them
objections
be
are
there.
being burnt, Form 7 are being burnt, my lord, how will those
burning, my
persons
lords?
come there? They are being destroyed.
1 crore objections.
My lord,
have been
all
heard. Page
anonymous
six of the-
Constitution must apply to all states in the country.
May I just take you to page 3 of your
That
counter?
message must go, my lord, that message must go. With all humility at my command.
in a place, Milord, in a minority constituency, just 1 minute, Milord.
Scenario,
In a minority constituency,
the objectives will appear.
Milord,
You burn the objectives also.
just kindly, say,
Milord.
in a place, Milord, where the minority remains, Milord, if there is 1,000 voters are there, 950, their names in the logical discrepancy, again in the objection. How it can be possible, Milord?
My lord, there is
How
one
it can be
application,
possible?
my lord. My lord, there is my IA in item 40.2, my lord, my IA for inter.
All right, thank you very much now.
No, my lord, can issue notice in that way, it is fresh IA, my lord. And in fact, my lord, it is on behalf of the Vice President, Akhil Bharat Hindu Mahasabha.
Continuation of the ODD.
Before passing any order, please go through those replies and take care of the situation. That's the only thing I'm requesting.
See the state government's response.
Yes,
It should be made part of there.
Mamata Banerjee, my lord, that is, my lord, unheard of in the Indian constitutional history, that she has come forward and filed petition before this honorable court and she will also appear.
What is the unheard in it?
No, my lord,
That's
never,
what
Lord, in
the
the
faith and
Indian
trust in the system,
constitutional
that's all.
history, never a
She
single
is having a right to file a
come
petition.
against the constitutional body.
There is nothing to preach
What is
on.
that? She is having a right to file a
Against
petition,
constitutional body.
like an ordinary citizen.
So we want that, please don't politicize these
No,
issues.
therefore,
We
my
are
lord,
not
and
very
my
fond
lord,
of this.
my
Right.
lord, in entire, my lord, West Bengal, the demography is changing, my
February
lord, and we are in
2026.
this
Now please
petition.
stop. 4th February 2026. We have heard a battery of senior counsels on behalf of the state of West Bengal, its chief minister and other petitioners in the connected matters. Similarly, we have heard Naidu learned senior counsel for the Election Commission of India. Mr. Senior counsel for the on behalf of the Election Commission of India and other learned senior counsels representing the party. Mr. Tushar Mehta, learned solicitor of India, has also assisted us in the matter in the petition in bracket civil number 1216 of 2025, and he has made a pointed reference to the affidavit filed by the counter affidavit filed by the Union of India.
Two affidavits, man.
Election Commission.
There
Counter
are
affidavit
two affidavits by the election.
by the Election Commission of India. Next paragraph. It may be noted at the outset that in the previous date of hearing, that is on 4th February 2026, Ms. Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister of the State of West Bengal, also appeared along with her senior counsel in a writ petition number so and so. The writ petition filed by her, mention the number of that. During the course of hearing, when an objection with regard to deployment of micro observers by the Election Commission of India was raised, it was pointed out by learned senior counsels representing the Election Commission of India that despite repeated requests, adequate manpower was not provided by the state government. On manpower of the certain categories of officials who were competent enough to discharge the quasi-judicial stroke assisting duties were not deployed, were not being provided stroke deployed by the state government to the Election Commission of India for completion of the SIR process. On this, the Chief Minister of the state made a statement that she was willing to provide the adequate manpower, the state government officials who are competent enough to perform these duties. Next paragraph. In purported compliance to the statement made before this court, we have been shown during the course of hearing that on February 7, 2026, the Chief Minister
The advocate on record.
The advocate in writ petition number 129 of 2026 informed the senior counsels for the Election Commission of India on February 7, 2026 at 11:50.07 AM. The state government is ready and willing to make available 8,505 numbers of Group B officers of the state government and or its instrumentalities for the SIR exercise in West Bengal. Next paragraph. When we inquired from Shangduan Senior Counsel, subsequently, the mail, the Election Commission was asked to confirm whether about the requirement was required to confirm the need of such additional Group B officers, whereupon it was stated, that the requisite particulars of these officers shall be shared with the Election Commission of India. Next paragraph. During the course of hearing and on being inquired, it was fairly stated on behalf of the state of West Bengal, the Chief Minister of the state, that the list containing particulars of 8,505 number of Group B officers was not sent to the Election Commission so far, as they were awaiting the consent of the Commission in terms of mail dated February 7, 2026. However, during the course of hearing, a list of 8,505 group stated to be Group B officers working in different departments of the state government, has been handed over to Shri Naidu, along with Senior Counsel representing the Election Commission of India. That list has been also placed on record before us. Next paragraph. In order to streamline the ongoing process of SIR and also with a view to address some of the apprehensions being expressed by different stakeholders, we deem it appropriate to issue the following interim directions. 1I, the 8,505 officers whose list has been and while reiterating our directions issued on 19th January 2026, we deem it appropriate to issue the following additional directions. 1I, let the state government ensure that all the 8,505 Group B officers whose list has been handed over today in court, report for duty to the district electoral officers, EROs, tomorrow by 5 p.m. The Election Commission of India shall have the discretion to replace the direction number 2. The Election Commission of India shall have the discretion of replacing the ERO/AEROs.
To use their services. To use their services.
No. First we have the replacement. Replacement of the existing ERO/AEROs and utilize the services of the officers who have now been placed on deputation with the Election Commission of India.
If they are suitable.
If so,
Micro observers.
If the election
Not
commission
your
is
own,
satisfied
micro observers.
with regard to their qualifications,
UROs are senior.
placement of ERO or AERO only.
Essentially EROs, Millets. Millets, the problem is this. In the whole list, there are no SDOs, there are no SDMs. If they are all department clerks, etc., having seniority to have the grade, Millets, we will ask them if necessary, they have to provide.
Micro observers.
Well, it's 8,000 is the 8,000
Five
micro
times you have
observers. They are
written.
replacing the micro observers.
Out of the, are those
Anybody is found suitable, Millets.
subject to their suitability for the quasi judicial or semi quasi judicial responsibility. 3I, all the rest of the 8 officers, stroke officials from the list of 8,505, the election commission, after brief scrutinization, after briefly scrutinizing their biodata or work experience, may shortlist them equivalent to, how many micro observer you have?
8,500.
Over 8,000.
We have got 6,500 Millets.
May shortlist these officers stroke officials equivalent to the strength of the micro observer already engaged. Mr. These state government officers stroke officials may be imparted a brief training of day or so for the purpose of providing assistance to the EROs stroke AEROs, along with micro observers who have already been engaged. Next paragraph. It is made clear that the responsibilities assigned stroke to be assigned to the micro observers or the state government officers stroke officials shall be only to assist the EROs stroke AEROs in the decision making process. In other words, and as rightly stated by Senior Counsel for the Election Commission of India, the decision will be taken by, the final decision will be taken by the EROs only, Next paragraph. Since with the engagement of new set of government officers stroke officials for the purpose of scrutinizing the documents which have already been submitted and where even the hearings have also taken place. Shall we run through that? Sure. Since the process of scrutinizing the documents submitted by the affected persons in the response to notices served on them is likely to take more time, and as suggested on behalf of some of the petitioners, we direct that at least 1 week more time beyond 14th February 2026 will be granted to the EROs stroke AEROs for completing the scrutiny of the documents, and taking an appropriate decision. Next paragraph. As regard to so on behalf of the petitioners, a reference has been made to certain documents to suggest as if the micro shall only be assisting the prescribed statutory authority for the purpose of taking the final decision. Next paragraph. Mr. V. Giri, Senior Counsel in writ petition number so and so has pointed out. Mr. V. Giri, Senior Counsel in writ petition number so and so, as well as Solicitor General of India has referred to the counter affidavit by
Counter affidavit and additional affidavit.
Mr. Naidu, learned senior counsel for the ECI, have referred to the counter affidavit filed by the Election Commission of India in that petition. It is alleged in paragraph so and so that that despite making complaints by the authorities of the Election Commission of India, no FIRs are being registered against the persons who are suspected to be involved in burning the records of objection and or indulging in other alleged unlawful activities. Alleged burning or alleged unlawful activities.
My lords, I'm sorry to interrupt, my lords, we have responded in
This is
parallel
being,
to the state.
just a minute, please.
Yes.
Though this is being strongly refuted by Dr. Menka Goswami, learned senior counsel,
Yes, ma'am.
representing the state of West Bengal in that petition, we are reminded of our order dated 19th January 2026, in which a categorical direction was issued to the Director General of Police, Superintendent of Police, and the collectors in the state of West Bengal to ensure the maintenance of law and order. We therefore showcase the Director General of Police to file his personal affidavit in response to the allegations made by the Election Commission of India in its counter affidavit in the cited petition. We make it clear that in case don't say anything. We will take a final call with respect to the powers of the Election Commission of India in this regard. But before doing so, we deem it appropriate to accord an opportunity to the Director General of Police to explain on his part. Next paragraph.
This one, ma'am. This one, yes.
In relation to the documents,
persons to whom notices have been served shall be entitled to rely upon all or any one of the documents referred to by the Election Commission of India
in
the
SIR notice.
in the SIR notice, and all such documents shall be considered by the EROs while taking a final decision.
About order dated 9 January.
We are include the documents referred to in our order dated 19th January, all the documents including those referred to in our order dated 19th January 2026 shall be considered by the EROs while taking a final while passing order in response to while passing order on the objections received in response to the notices served.
And
May I
Lord, the-
only-
and
Item
and
40
the
is exactly
objections
item
fi-
40.
filed in Form 7, below. And the
But
objections filed in Form 7.
They to that extent, they will be wrong to say admit card along with Madhabic certificate. Then only it becomes a relevant document.
May I add one thing, my lord?
Lordships are extending the time for
Sir.
filing claims. Could your Lordships are extending the time for filing claims? Could your Lordship say claims stroke objections, my lord? Because both go together.
Similarly, the ERO shall be duty bound to consider the objections, if any, received from the person as per the statutory scheme, whether or not such persons come forward for person hearing. It goes without saying that the genuineness of the documents filed along with these objections can be scrutinized, stroke verified in the same manner as the documents to be submitted by the objectors to the to be submitted by the affected person. Affected persons.
Minutes.
Anything.
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40. Item 42.
Minutes, I need to add one sentence. Minutes. Yes.
The objection is filed as non-citizen. That cannot be gone.
No, we will not.
Minutes, may I add one thing?
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40.
I have 1 minute.
Within the.
Hello, item 42 may be tagged with item 40.
Find an objection.
May just-
Electors means within that constituency.
Let's may I just say for one
Not
thing.
from the other constituency. My lord, statute makes such a provision that electors only, my lord, kindly see, my lord.
My lord, item 42.
Will be considered.
My lord, kindly hear that, my lord, objectors.
May I just have 1 minute?
Objectors
My
only
lords
can
have
be the
indicated
electors.
the
Electors
top
of that
ranked police
constituency,
officer must file an
not from
affidavit.
the other constituency.
The top ranked
That
police
is under the
officer,
act itself.
Any elector.
the top ranked police officer must file an affidavit.
Any
My
elector of
lords have
that
directed
constituency. I am
in the
saying that
context of my counter.
Words, that constituency.
There are also
Counter
two
and additional
counters.
counter,
This is
because we have
counter
stated
filed by the
in the
state
additional
government.
counter, all the subsequent events also.
My lords,
Counter
the
and additional.
state has also filed a
This is
counter.
Additional
Lords,
affidavit.
in
Additional affidavit.
40.6, my lords, the state has also
Millets.
filed a counter
The
affidavit.
second thing, Millets, there are instances that they are under deputation to me. Some erring officials were there. We have pointed out, we have taken action, we have recommended that should be implemented. That's not been implemented. They should implement whatever we
That will not be a
wanted.
landlord, that will be the state, that civil administration.
Millets,
The EROs may not
where they
decide
refuse.
uninfluenced by any of these
Millets-
observations and
Millets, we
directions.
have asked certain officers who have acted illegally to be placed under suspension. They have simply ignored. And on the other hand, when we wanted certain officers to be on the duty, they have transferred, though they are under my deputation.
Mr. Pant, you verify this fact.
Yes, Millets. And the last one, Millets, and the last one. My lords have said those documents have to be verified in the manner permitted by law. Documents issued by the competent authorities.
That's right.
That's all,
Yes.
Millets, we want.
That's right.
That needs to be issued by competent authority, otherwise that leads to conflict.
Obviously, otherwise somebody will.
Yes, Millets, anybody, yes.
Right, that
This is,
My lord,
this is the ECI requirement.
My lord, intervention application.
I would respectfully submit the EROs to decide, uninfluenced, my lord.
To place some officers to take disciplinary action or to place them under suspension. We hope that your state government remember the law on this point and you take.
Given instances,
We have already responded.
Let Chief Secretary also file an affidavit. File an
given
affidavit.
instances, not very, very.
In any case, you relieve those officers from duty.
We'll do that, Millets. We'll take it to our hands and do something.
The election commission जहाँ पे है ना shall be at liberty to replace the officers who have been found, who have been prima facie found to have erred in performing their duties.
Great.
My lord, on the
Deeply
intervention application.
Would your lordship observe that the EROs are to decide uninfluenced by any of these?
Said so, yeah, but in
You remember that PPT, my lords, where
we have
PPT
added twice
is an academic
that
exercise
they are
and a
only-
training.
They will only.
Millets,
No, but
PPT
this
is
Item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord.
It is
Identical matter.
action is by ECI.
Item 42 may be tagged with.
Influence law.
My lord, in item 40.2, my lord, notice may be issued on the.
My lord, item 42 may be tagged with item 40, my lord. Item 42 on same point, can tag with item 40, my lord. Item 42, I have raised a question on the Aadhaar card, my lord. 42, well, can you tag with 40, my lord?
Will.
My point is, my point is, somewhere.
The speed with which all these West Bengal writ petitions are coming, I will issue the registry instruction not to entertain any.
My lord, my point is, my Justice Bhakti said me that my point is covered. I have some other point.
Sir, can you hear me?
Item 32, my lord, can I mention something else?
State of West Bengal is itself is before us. This constitutional umbrella is before.
But this point has not been taken, my lord. This point has not, my point is very short, my lord. During submission of my claim that the electoral officers cannot, my lord, upload the Aadhaar card as a single document. This is my point.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
But item 40
Can I mention, my lord, one matter? Item 32.
Item 32.
Item 32 is the matter of the hospital where we want to lay the road.
Thank God you are
approach
not
road.
all election.
my lord, kindly 42 may tag with item 40, my lord.
32, what is 32?
Can it be on Monday high up on board, my lord, if your lordships can?
for the hospital.
Lord, item 28 is for settlement.
Kindly keep it higher followed on Monday.
32, Mr. Mehta, you want next Monday?
Yes, my lord, because entire hospital is ready, but we are operating only on OPD because ambulance approach road is not constructed.
Yes,
My Lord, item 28,
next Monday.
Lord, item 28 is settlement.
Kindly tag,
That's
kindly tag it,
All of
kindly
the-
42 tag.
Show date, that show date will be running between this very week by Monday at the schedule.
Lordship, please.
Kindly tag it, my lord, 42. Kindly 42, item 42 with 40, only tag it, my lord. So identical issues, my lord, there.
We have tagged, sir, we are hearing your matter also.
Kindly, within 40, I want to tag, come within 40, my lord.
I have heard you also today, please.
Yes, my lord. Kindly make it 40, my lord.
Next date again, we will hear you.
My item number 48.
Item number 48, my lord.
Really?
Item number 48. We are not against.
Those who have, all right, those who have not been able to exhaust today, we will exhaust them next day.
Obliged to your lordship.